Hey guys, how's it going? Let me set up this room real quick, and then we can get started. Sorry, I'm just messaging a couple guys in the group for some of these. Sorry guys. Just a reminder, guys. When I send out signals, and the signal says to use the exit strategy, that means to use the exit strategy. It doesn't mean to ignore the exit strategy. I mean, if you decide to ignore the exit strategy, that's your own fault for taking a loss, because the exit strategy is advised for every trade. And I mention it in every single signal. So if you decide not to follow the exit strategy after it's been advised to you every single time, I mean, that's your own fault. You have to take responsibility for not following directions. And I'm just reminding you guys, right? Because some people have like messaged me, their trades, and it's like they make profit and then they just throw away everything because they don't use the exit strategy, and they over leverage. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that you're supposed to use the exit strategy, and you're supposed to use proper leverage when entering trades, and proper risk management, with regard to your position size. Because if there's no consistency with your trades, then you're going to you're not going to have a good time if you end up over leveraging on one account, on one trade. All right, so let me send this link out and we get started. So I'm looking at the US 30 right here. Obviously it's pushed up. Now we're just waiting for this to go. But we'll see how this plays out. So let me send the link out to you guys real quick. And I see a lot of you guys are here early before I send out the link, but I will but yeah, guys, like another reminder. So like if you guys can't monitor your trade, then don't take the trade. You don't have to force every single trade, right? If you take a trade and then you go to sleep, and I'm not referring to you, Marcus, I'm referring to like a couple other people in the group. Like if you can't, monitor your trade and you go to sleep and then you wake up with a loss, I mean, you shouldn't have taken that trade in the first place. You should have just waited for the next one when you were awake and able to monitor it. So, I mean, there's a lot of mistakes here that are being made by a couple people that are messaging me. And then there's another thing here, like another member entered the signal late, like 15 minutes late. You guys shouldn't be entering trades late. Like I give the entry price for a reason. If I wanted you to enter 15 minutes late, then I wouldn't give you an entry price. I would just say to enter a buy or sell, right? But there's a reason why these parameters are given. Like if you look back at the signals, there's an entry price there for a reason. If I just wanted you to just buy or use a different type of buy order, then it wouldn't say buy limit here. It would just say buy. It wouldn't say buy limit, buy stop, and there would be no entry price here. So you guys just got to keep in mind, this reminder is given in every single trade. Remember to use the K² exit strategy to eliminate risk when possible. And just a reminder, if I remind you, I mean, if you decide not to use the exit strategy, then you have to take responsibility for whatever outcome that happens for not using the exit strategy, right? It could be a good outcome, it could be a bad outcome. But if that's the case, I mean, you guys just have to, it's like I give you guys all of the reminders that are needed to manage your position properly. But if you decide to do what you want to do because you think that you know what you're doing, then that would just be you just have to take responsibility for it. And I'm just setting that as a reminder, because if you follow directions, you'll have proper results. But if you don't follow directions, you just have to live with the decision that you make. But okay, let me send out this link real quick and then we can get started. Because this is like a common thing that I get a lot, right? Like every time there's like someone new that's in K2 and they don't like follow directions and they don't have the results that uh, they're looking for, you know, like the main thing is to check what you guys did wrong, right? Because if you guys don't learn from your mistakes, you're just gonna keep making the same mistakes and you're never gonna get any better. So it's just, you know, it's just a reminder to you guys that you have to take responsibility for your mistakes, uh, instead of looking for reasons to, like, you know, pass on the blame. So just a reminder to you guys. So let me go ahead and post this link up to you guys real quick on the social media. And let's go to emails. Email out to you guys as well. All right, one last place is the Instagram real quick. Let me just send this over to the Instagram and then we should be good to go. All right, let me finish posting this on Instagram real quick. And then let me post this up on the social media page. So this candle is closing in about 8 minutes. Maybe we'll take this if it does close, but we'll be following it just in case. All right, let me just swipe up and gone. All right, I think we're good from this point. So we'll just be waiting for this trade over here, and then we will all right, so I think we got everything good over here. All right, let me send up the Zoom link as well, and then we should be good to go. So let me get the Zoom link out to you guys here in the premium. What's wrong thing? Sorry, guys. Let me delete that. Let me get the Zoom link real quick. All right, this is a Zoom link for you guys in the premium. So I sent that out. You guys should be making your way into this room now. So let me check the chat real quick. Hey, morning Spark, morning Kushi, morning Billy, morning Biko, morning Anthony, morning Marcus, morning Sam, morning Camo, morning Jeffrey. Morning, Sam. Morning, Patricia. Morning, John. Morning, John Harris. Morning, Sam. Slavian. Morning, Jeremy. Morning, David. Morning, Gift. Morning, David. Morning, Alan. Morning, Peter. Morning, Neptune. And morning, Jeff. Morning, Jay. Morning, Matt. Morning, everybody. So hopefully you guys had a great day yesterday. Profit's been good so far for us this week. I haven't really been trading like that much. I've been taking it kind of easy because it is FOMC week. This happens every month. So, I know how the market moves during this time. So I usually take it a little easy. I actually didn't take any other scalps yesterday. I wanted to take a couple scalps last night. There was some that hit for US 30. But here are my trades for the week so far. The last trade I took was a scalp yesterday, which, obviously we hit TP. So I haven't had any losses this week. They're all wins here. So, the main key here is risk management, guys. If you guys know the market's going to be risky, sometimes it's better to just sit out the market. Like, for example, yesterday, I know some of you guys made like a lot of profit yesterday, but a lot of you guys had some issues too, with your trades. If I go back to the, which, obviously, everybody, when we go to obviously all the trades from last night, I'll just show you what everyone was making last night so that you guys can see, what people were locking in. So like Steven last night, some people hit some losses off the odd JPY yesterday if they didn't follow the exit strategy. Steven over here followed the exit strategy, like I just mentioned. If you follow directions, you should end up in profit. Like Steven here, he took the odd JPY trade, which hit CP1, but then it reversed to stop loss. And you're supposed to move your stop loss to TP1. So like, for example, here, Steven took that odd JPY trade. He locked in profit. So there's no excuse. If one person is locking in profit, there's no reason for you not to lock in profit as well if you follow directions. Same with Eunice over here. Eunice took all of the, he took a lot of trades yesterday. He took UK 100, US 30, a couple US 30 and a couple UK 100 trades. He locked in about 2,199 all day yesterday. Same with Henry over here. Henry took all of the US 30 calls that he was looking at. He locked in about 1,487 yesterday as well. So Marcus over here, he locked in some buys off US 30, made some nice profit. So as you guys can see here, like Joe as well, Joe killed it, guys. Like Joe said, he messaged me yesterday about 3 p.m. He said this was, his best trading day ever. And, by far, this is amazing. This is the best I've seen Joe yield with K2. And he's only been with K2 for like less than a month. I think Joe joined us like late last month, and these are the profits he made yesterday applying the scalp strategy off US 30, right? He made 7,064 just off US 30, and I didn't call any of these trades. I probably called maybe these two up here, or like I only called like 2 trades yesterday. So I called 2. He took all of these on his own using the K2 strategies, and it's a nice profit. He pretty much covered his subscription for like the next couple of years. Same with Chem over here. He took a buy. This is the one that I think I called. He made 539 off it. That's the same one that I took as well. And then Steven here with the NZD CAD. So you guys can see here, like if you guys follow the exit strategy, like Steven's locking all these Forex profits, just following what I've been advising every single time. John over here, he locked in about 2,405. Nice work off that, John. So you can see everyone here was scalping US 30 yesterday, even though I wasn't trading, because they know how to apply the strategy on their own. Same with Cheryl over here. She locked in 5,000. So it's been a great week overall for everyone here at K2. There should be no reason why you guys are in the negative this week. Like everyone here is killing it. Look, Cheryl has 3 accounts. So for one account, Cheryl made 5,000. For her first account, she made 3,393. And for her second account, she made 2,242. So in total, that's a lot of profit for this week. She made maybe about 10,000 this week, just scalping these indices using the K2 strategies. Same with Lee over here. Congrats to Lee. He took those buys yesterday and made 354. And index trader over here, he made 10,000 for the week as well, trading NASDAQ all day. And yeah, this is just showing you guys, what was possible yesterday. This is the 17th right here, March 17th. So you can see everyone's profits from yesterday. It's been a great day for everyone. So hopefully you guys are locking in that many profits as well, or somewhere around there, because it's possible, right? If these people are locking in profits, there's no excuse why you guys aren't locking in profits as well, because everyone has consistency as long as you follow the rules and you guys apply the strategies that I'm teaching you, to the T. Like don't go off track. As long as you guys stay on track and you guys do things properly, you guys should be able to lock in profits just like everyone else. So anyways, with that said, let me go back and check what else is going on over here before we start. Let's see if I had anything else over here. Hey, morning, Funky. Morning, Gwen. Morning, Dwayne. Morning, Jalon. Morning, everybody. So let me go up the list real quick and see what everyone's asking for over here. Hold up. We have a entry right here, actually. If you guys want to take this, get my MT4 ready. All right, got that ready there. US 30 set up here. I might take this buy. If it closes above, we need this wick to reject off the structure and the pivot. If it doesn't, then we're not going to take it. But if it does, we will take it. So we'll see. We got about 20 seconds left on this candle right here. We're just waiting for this to complete. So we got 15 seconds left. I'll see how this plays out. Let me see where market sentiment is. US 30 sentiment. All right. So let me just, there's no entry there. Okay, we're fine. So we'll see how this plays out from here. Let me just move this over to this side real quick. And then I'll pull up the chat and I'll see what's going on in the chat. So let me see. Let's see where market sentiment is. Okay, so 77% of people are short the Dow 30 right now. So yeah, 77 to 75% of people are short right now. So it looks like we might have a bullish bias for the most part, but we'll see. If this ends up dropping, we might just take some sells, right? So this one right here didn't close out. This next one over here doesn't look like it's going to close out either. We'll have to wait and see. So let me see if there's anything else over here real quick before I continue on. So I'll go through the YouTube chat now. If you guys have questions, you guys can probably put them there, but I'm probably not going to be able to answer them until after we're done scalping this morning. So if you guys have questions, I'll add them to the list, and then we'll revisit that list a little later once we get towards the end of this scalp session. So let's see. Marcus said, good morning, Shawn. I took the first loss last night, went to sleep, didn't know I was asleep. It's all good. Money today. Yeah, it's all good, Marcus. Yeah, I wasn't referring to you earlier. I just saw your message right now. This it's just a reminder, right? So I'm not really trying to call anybody out, like with regard to like the what I was talking about earlier about not following directions, but I'm just reminding you guys so that you guys actually understand. Because if you guys don't understand the mistakes that you guys make, you guys will never learn from them, and you'll keep making the same mistake over and over again. So I just want to make sure that you guys are getting it, so that you guys don't keep making the same mistakes, right? Because I'm sure you guys have run into that, or you guys know some people who just keep making the same mistakes over and over again, and then they just keep getting frustrated because they don't understand, what they've been doing wrong. So that's just a reminder to you guys. Anyways, let me see. Jeffrey said, my man, technical analysis, your ability to show it and explain it on point. Thanks. Definitely, Jeff. Glad I could help you. Let's see. Scroll down a little bit. Nice. Sam said, I just got out of US 30 sell sale before New York open, almost full TP. Smart move, Sam, because this big spike right here would have probably would have wiped you out, right? Let's see. Slavian's asking US 30 sell or buy. We don't know that yet. Slavian, we have to wait and see how price reacts to the current market structure. Right now, it's just consolidating. It's going sideways within these two zones right here. Till it breaks above or breaks below will determine, what direction price is going to be going. So we're not looking at this for a buy or a sell yet. We're still waiting to see what the market's showing us before we decide, what our bias is for entry. So let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah. So Jeremy said sell. It's going up and down after opening. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So basically, this is what usually happens, guys. I'll just rewind this real quick. Usually the market will break out in one direction, right? So after it breaks out in one direction, this is generally what happens. Price either continues up higher or it drops from this point and then continues to drop, or it bounces back up from here. So this is why you guys can't like hop in like right on market open, because it can do a lot of things. It can do like, generally there's three things that can happen. When the market opens, it'll spike up and then it'll come back down to where it was originally. And then from this point, it'll either go up or it'll continue back down. Or in some situations, price will just continue pushing up from that point. Obviously at this time, this isn't what happened. It actually came back down to where it started from. And then now it's going to determine its direction. So it came back down to here. At this point, price will decide whether it's going to go up or whether it's going to go down. So we'll follow it and see what happens from here. If we have some scalps, we'll take some scalps. If not, then we're probably gonna hold off. But if this does close right here for a sell scalp, this might be a decent entry to hop into. So I'll be watching. We have 6 minutes left on this candle. When it closes, we'll determine, if this is a scalp or not. If not, it might just go sideways for a bit before it decides to go up further or go down further, right? So we'll be following to see, where this goes. Gerald, I just saw your name. Gerald changed his name to your homie from Wyoming. That's usually what he says. See what else we got over here real quick before we get started. Marcus said, I had a little drink and these kids was asking, what in the world got sleepy and forgot to put my stop loss. Oh, damn, Marcus. So you went to sleep and forgot to put a stop loss. So hopefully you didn't take a big loss off that, Marcus. So it looks like you might have taken a different trade. It wasn't even the odd JPY that we took last night. It looks like you took a trade of your own. Yeah, man, hopefully your account's cool. Because even if you take a loss, it's all good, man. You'll recover. Just, at least you understood what happened with that. Jay said, if we join Zoom, can we talk a little or be quiet? I mean, you guys can talk. You guys would just have to raise your hand and ask to talk. Like, you guys would take turns talking, because the thing is, if we leave it open, there's just too many people talking at once and you guys can't hear what I'm saying, especially if we're taking scalps here. If we're taking scalps, we need like complete silence, and you guys need to follow what I'm saying, because sometimes we enter these scalps and we exit right away. So that's why usually people aren't talking on the Zoom unless they have a question to ask. Like, if they don't want to type it up and they just want to ask it live, we can do that. But it's really just going to depend on what we're doing at the time. If we're scalping, I'm not going to take any questions, but if I'm taking questions, then it would be fine. Let's see if there's anything else here. Nice. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, guys. So Matt and a couple other people in the group are reminding you guys to hit the like button. So definitely, if you guys are pulling value from this session, hit the like button. If you guys aren't, hit the dislike button, because that's cool. If you guys do that, then YouTube won't send you any more of my videos, and you guys can't copy any more of my scalp. So whether you guys like the video or dislike the video, it helps the channel regardless. So, if you've been pulling value from all my trades here every day, go ahead and like the stream. And if not, then you guys can dislike it, and that'll be cool, because then YouTube won't show you my videos anymore. So, all right, let me see what else we got over here before we continue. Yeah, so Jeff over here mentioned Apple under yesterday's low, now bearish for the market. Yeah, so Apple's part of the Dow 30, so it's going to affect it, depending on how it's moving. I could pull up Apple over here. Let's see if we could. Let's see. Yeah, so we got Apple right here. This is what Jeff was referring to right here from yesterday. So looks like, yeah, for the most part. Well, yesterday it looks like it was bearish, and then it recovered back up right here, and then now it's bearish again. So just looking at Apple here, I mean, you guys can see here that the same strategy works well with stocks too. It's not just Forex, and it's not just indexes. Like, you can use the same strategy that I use, my same technical analysis, for every pair. It's not necessarily just, strictly for Forex or for commodities like gold and silver. Because I know a lot of you guys here trade different things. Like, you guys don't have to just trade exactly what I trade. You guys really have a lot of opportunity to trade whatever you guys want. So if I draw this right here, and then I'll pull it off real quick after. So we got that set up right there. Yeah, so I'll turn this off. And then you can see here that for Apple, we have some perfect market structure, right? So you guys can see that my indicators work for everything. Like, even for right here, if you see how Apple moves, there's scalps here that you could take for Apple as well. If you want to scalp Apple, like for example, right here, you can see that there's an entry right here off Apple for a short. If you were to take that position there, full TP right there, right? So you guys can use my strategies for everything. You don't have to use them for just Forex or gold or indices. You can use this for literally everything. See, there's two full TPs right there. You would hit your profit target right there, trading Apple using my same strategy that I'm using for US 30. Again, right here, there's like really no difference here. I mean, this strategy works for everything. See, again, right here, 3 back-to-back full TPs. So imagine that if you're trading Apple and you're using the same strategy we're using here for Dow 30, I mean, it works perfectly fine. It just depends on the market conditions, because obviously news is going to affect spikes in price. You see these gaps in price here. So you probably want to avoid it when it's like heavily news impacted. But when Apple is moving smooth, like right here, where there's no, no earnings reports, no news and stuff like that, you could catch some really nice scalps off this. And it's not just Apple. You can look at anything really, any other asset that you guys decide to trade. So let's go back to US 30 real quick. We got about 40 seconds left on this candle. There's still no entry. So we're looking for this to, wake off one of the pivots and the structure. But obviously right now there's no entry available. Price is just going sideways at this time. We got about 30 seconds left on this candle. We'll see if it ends up moving in one direction or the other by then. So we'll see. We got about 20 seconds left on this candle. There might even be an entry here if this ends up, spiking back down in the last 10 seconds, which does happen from time to time. So we'll see. We got about 5 seconds left on this candle. We'll see where this candle closes. If it closes above or below, that'll determine. So no entry there. We need, so if you guys are wondering what we're waiting for here, we're waiting for a wick rejection off the pivot and structure. I'll show you an example of what I'm looking for here. So if I go back to like, let's see, like this right here. So just using this as an example, we're looking for this wick rejection off the pivot. So one of these pivots, which are the green, yellow, orange, and red lines right here, these are the K2 pivots. We want to see a wick rejection off one of the pivots, and we want to see a wick rejection off one of the structures, which are the K2SR structures right here. So for example, these are all entries right here. This red one and this green one, and possibly this green one as well. So if you took any of these entries right here and you took a long position, we used a fixed TP stop loss of about 500 pips. So if you were to take this trade right here and then we let it run, at that point, you would have hit full TP with like literally no drawdown, right? And that's 500 pips right there. So that's equivalent to maybe like $500 depending on your lot size. So this is exactly what we're looking for right now, because we're looking for the same pattern to set up over here, which hasn't set up yet. It might set up right here, this red candle right here. It's wicking off this pivot right here, right? So this candle right here is wicking off the pivot and off the structure. So if this happens to close, we'll take a long position right there and then shoot that right, like pretty much ride this up for about 500 pips. So we're waiting for this to close. Obviously you guys can follow along with me. We have about 8 minutes left on this candle. So in the next 8 minutes, we'll determine whether we take this scalp or not. And I'll let you guys know as we get closer. So we got 8 minutes left. I'll keep checking back. Otherwise, it's still moving back and forth. There's no entry that's available yet until it closes how we want it to close. So let me keep scrolling down real quick, see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Nice. So David said, already smack US 30 for my car. Ron, Mexico. So I see you're back at work, David. All right, let's see. Hey, morning, Emmanuel. Let me scroll up real quick and see what we're. So Funke is asking, can you confirm if the short behind the 3 entry is an entry? If not, why? An example you just gave. So let me go back over here, Funke, and see what you were referring to, Funke. So the example I just gave was right here. I don't see any shorts here. Right before. So this is the one that I just looked at, Funke. I'm trying to see which short you're referring to. I don't see any short entries over here. There's a buyer here. So there's another buy right here, but I don't see any shorts in between here. So I'm trying to see what you're referring to. Unless you're referring to this area right here. If you're referring to this area right here, Funke, if you remember, we don't usually trade around 10. So like you can see my timestamp right here on the bottom. Around 10 o'clock, we don't trade anymore around this time. But there's a lot of different reasons why you wouldn't take this trade. For one, market is choppy right here, right? So price comes up, comes back down. Like this whole area right here is choppy. This whole area right here. So if I just, if I zoom out, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. If I just take, let me see if I could take this off. So if I take these zones off right here, Funky, and you just focus on this area down here, you can see that this whole area is choppy, right? Because it's bouncing back and forth. You want to trade this when it's directional. You can see just by looking at the pivots that price is choppy and it's just going sideways, right? It's not really pushing up like it is right here. For here, it's pushing up, so we take buys here, but price is choppier on this whole area, and it's also choppy right here. So for one, we wouldn't have taken any of these sells here because it's choppy. See price. And for example, here, there's a rejection from both sides. Like this same candle, I'm sure you're talking about this one because this is the only sell that's available. This red candle right here. There's a sell entry that's available here and a buy entry that's available here. So you wouldn't know which one to take, right? How would you know to take a buy or a sell if there's an entry in both sides? So there's a whole bunch of red flags here indicating, why you wouldn't take this trade. For one, market's choppy. For two, this trade comes up around 10 p.m. And for three, there's two entries here. So you wouldn't even know which one to take. Like you're basically flipping the coin at this point. You're like, you take a buy, you might win. You take a sell, you might lose. But it's obviously just like the main part here is that it's just consolidating, right? It's not really going directional. It's just going sideways. It's not going down smoothly. It's not going up smoothly. It's just going slowly down, but mostly to the side. So there's a couple of reasons there why you wouldn't take that trade. So let me just go back real quick, see if I don't want to miss that trade that we're looking at right now. Yeah. So no entry here at all, Funky. I mean, like, just looking at it, it just doesn't look like a good trade at all. I mean, if you just zoom in as well, you can see that it's just going sideways. So none of these entries right here would have been a good entry to take. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So Benicia said maybe put the drawing on your chart and send him a pic on Telegram, Funky. Because if you have a question like that, Funky, that's very specific. It would probably be better for you to just send the chart, right? Because I don't know what you're looking at, and I don't know if I'm identifying the thing that you're even referring to. But let me go back to current price. All right, so there's still no entry here, guys. We have 4 minutes left on this candle. We're still looking for that same setup here for a wick rejection off the pivot and the structure. Once we have that wick rejection, then we can take this trade. But at this point, we don't have an entry available. We'll keep watching it if it does come out, but at this time, there just isn't any entry. All right, let me see. Let me go back real quick. Funky's asking, I feel like I can never communicate how I need to learn the language of Forex. And then Funky mentioned, no, the example he gave, there is a super short candle. I'm wondering why he didn't say it was an entry. Okay, let me go back to that area again, Funky. So which one are you referring to, Funky? Because like this one right here, I don't know if you're referring to this. If you're talking about this green candle right here, there's talking about the buy entry exactly. Wondering if that's a short. If you're talking about this one right here, Funky, there's no entry here because there's no wick rejection off the structure. Just a reminder, guys, these requirements are very simple. It's a checklist. Like you just go down the list, and if the requirements are met, there's no entry there, right? So K2 snipe strategy, US 30 10-minute. We went over this during your live session too, Funky. I think you're still confused about the whole wick rejection thing. So confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot, which can be any pivot. And I go over the same requirements every single day. So like it should be ingrained in your head, what the requirements are, because they're really not that simple. I feel like a lot of people try to overcomplicate it, and it's really not that complicated. It's like this is like elementary style learning where you just look at the requirements and then you check it off as a checklist, right? So confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. And then lastly, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot. Confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch candle body. All right, so like the requirements are extremely simple, right, Funky? So I'm looking at that pin bar you're talking about. And just like looking at that same pin bar, just go down the list, right? Confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot. Do we have that here? Yes, we do. It's rejecting off this yellow pivot, right? Second confirmation, confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. So this is one that I feel like you get confused about this a lot, but it's obvious there's no rejection off the zone, right? The body is right here. There's no zone below here that's rejecting off, so there's no entry. It's really simple. Just go down the list, right? Wick rejection off K2 pivot, is it there? Check it off. Yes, it's there. Is there a wick rejection off the K2SR zone? No. So is there an entry? No, right? So if you look at this here, this is a, it's kind of, it's pretty obvious. Like this right here, there's a wick rejection off the same pivot, the yellow pivot. Look at the second requirement. Confirm wick rejection off the K2SR zone. There's a zone here, right? And it's wicking off the zone. So there's an entry there for both of these candles. However, for this one, there's no zone below it. So this would show you that, obviously there's no entry at this point. So hopefully that clears it up for you, Funke. I mean, it's very simple. It's very, very simple, like requirements, just go down the list, and that would answer your question, because your question is, if there's an entry here, just go down the list. Is the second requirement met? No, then there's no entry. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Maybe it would help to just, put this on, post it, and just stick it on your wall or something, or stick it on your screen so that you have something to look at, because there really isn't much to look at, right? It's a yes or no question. It's like, it's black or white. There's no gray area here. The thing is, if these requirements are met, there's an entry. If the requirements aren't met, there's no entry there. So hopefully that helps. Let me go back to the current candle. I don't want to miss this trade. All right, here we have a buy entry here, guys. There we go. So we have a buy entry that's available right here. And I just entered it. So if you guys want to enter this trade right here, we almost missed it. I'm in the trade already. So if you guys want to enter this trade right here, this would be the entry for the scalp. The reason for that is that we have the wick rejection off the pivot and the structure right here, right? So we have this trade that's currently active right now. I'm currently in profit about 300, 500, let me see. So I entered from like the bottom area of it. So I kind of got a little more profit off it. But if you guys want to take the trade, I'm in profit. Let me show you I'm in profit about 600. Damn, it's going up nice. All right, so this is my account right here. I'm in profit about 567 right now, 617, 800. So I'm in profit 800 right now. I just took that trade, this one right here. So if you guys want to take this trade, you guys can. Let me see what the price difference is for this over here before I move forward. So let's see, price difference here is 33067 minus 33048. It's off by like 20 pips, not a big deal, but yeah, we'll incorporate that into our TP stop loss. So I'm in profit about 400 right now, about 500. So I'm doing pretty good so far. I'm going to set up my TP stop loss now. So there's the parameters right there. If you guys want to enter your, your TP stop loss or whatever. My stop's going to be 330. Yeah, my math sucks. 33019 minus 20. All right, so that's going to be my stop loss right there. It's going to be 32999. And then my TP is going to be, and this thing's moving around like crazy right now, 33119 minus 20. That's going to be my TP on FTMO. So TP is going to be 33099. All right, so we're in that. I'm in the trade. It's currently pulled back down right now, so I'm in some slight drawdown at this moment. Damn, I should just close it when I was like 800 in profit. This thing is moving around like pretty erratic right now. It's all over the place. Not too worried about it. We'll keep following it. My parameters are a little different because I'm on FTMO. All right, let's see. And is there news this morning? I'm trying to figure out like why price is moving like this. Scalp number one. I mean, I'm not that far in drawdown because I entered this trade late. So I actually got in at a better price. But price is super erratic right now. It's bouncing around like very heavily. I probably should have held off for a little bit, but it looked like such a good trade when we saw it. So that's why I took it right away. But it's all right. This is just the first trade for the day. So we'll be looking out for any other entries. So I got my alert set up right there so I can follow it. Let me see if there's news going on right now. I don't know if something is pushing price around. Yeah, I'm not that far in drawdown because I did enter a little late. So this morning, there's a couple news events. There we go. It's spiking back and forth. So there's not really that many events. There's some JPY news this afternoon. This morning, there was Canadian news. It was a non-farm payroll. And then there was some U.S. news. The Philly Manufacturing Index, Federal Manufacturing Index was out too. That's positive. So if it was positive, it should be helping, you know, the U.S. assets, but we'll see. What time is it? I mean, it's 7 o'clock. I feel like the market should start to smoothen out a bit right now. Let's see, S&P slips 500 from record. NASDAQ slammed 10 yield. All right, I'm just checking to see if there's any news here. It looks like a lot of the pairs are kind of, or a lot of the indexes are kind of moving opposite right now. So the Dow 30 is in profit. It's positive. The S&P is negative right now. NASDAQ is negative. The Russell 2K is negative. The VIX is positive. So they're it just seems like, price is going back and forth, which is okay. So going back to our US 30 position, you guys can see these huge wicks, right? It's just, you guys can see prices just super, it's indecisive right now, but I think it's going to push up. The reason for that, there's a lot of reasons behind that. One reason is that the sentiment is still short. So a lot of retail traders are still short of the market. And I could probably see this shooting up from there. As you can see right there, it's shooting up as we speak. And I mean, we'll see what happens with this over here. Oh yeah, no problem, Funky. I just saw because you said you were looking at your phone. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see on your phone, especially when it's so small, right? So here we go with our position here. It's currently running in profit. I'm in profit about 1,000 already. So here's my profit, guys. I'm in profit 1,200, 1,300. So as you guys can see, this is why I keep my cool, right? Because even though it drops to the negative, I'm just chilling, guys, because I'm trying to catch these profits. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm in profit about 800 now. So it's bouncing around a lot. Price is just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's causing the spikes in price going up and down. Usually it smoothens out by now, or about like 7:30, it'll smoothen out. I think by this time right here, you'll see price start to smoothen out a bit at 7:30. It usually gets a little choppy here, then it smoothens out and then it determines its direction, right? It just goes directional in one way. So, I mean, we'll see. I probably should just close it out when I made 1,000 profit, but I'm okay. I'm just gonna hold on to it and see how this plays out. I'm hoping it closes out like this. So if it closes out with another buy entry, like for example, where it's wicking off the bottom again, that's perfectly fine because then it's going to indicate that strength is going upwards. It's having a lot of resistance from the lower side. So we can anticipate that to push it upwards. So we got about 3 minutes left on this candle. I'm hoping it provides for another possible entry right here, like a second entry. Because if that's the case, then it's probably going to shoot up. So we'll see how it plays out. But until then, I think we'll just go back and see what's going on here. I don't see anything on CNBC like indicating this crazy like burst of volatility. Biden mentioned this about 20 minutes ago. I don't know if this affected the market. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Who knows? But yeah, our position's currently in profit. I'm in profit about 1,000 again. So let me show you guys real quick. So this is my active position for that trade right there. I'm in profit 967. I'm in profit 1,017. And you guys can see that my profit keeps bouncing back and forth, right? Even though I'm making all this profit right here, I'm not freaking out. You guys got to keep your cool when you're taking these trades, because if you freak out, I mean, you might cut yourself short or you might end up with a loss that could have been a win. Because for example, here, when it spikes around, people get scared sometimes, right? And in a lot of situations, it's really a game of patience. It's a game of patience and controlling your emotions. Because that's really what trading is, guys. Like, we have a strategy that works here. So what it really is at this point is it's just psychology. You guys have to train yourself to, trust the strategy because it works. So the only way you can trust the strategy and be confident about it is if you know that it works. So right here, we obviously know that this works. And that's why we're so confident with these moves right here. And my profit is up about 1,500 now. So you guys can see I went from negative 800 to like now positive 1,500. And I'm just keeping my cool. I'm not freaking out because price is spiking around so much, because I know that the strategy works and I know how accurate it is. So we'll see how this closes. We got about a minute left on this candle. If it does close right here, this is actually going to provide for a second entry. If anyone wants to enter late, it's going to be a second entry that starts from up here. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm not going to stack my entries right now because price is just too erratic. I don't want to, take any unnecessary risks that I don't really need to take. And I'll just keep watching it because I still have this one right here running anyways. I'm in profit about 1,300 right now. 1,500. Oh yeah. Okay, come on, let's keep pushing. We got a minute left on this candle. I'm waiting for this candle to close up above that structure so we can keep pushing. I'm in profit 1,800 now. So here's my profit down there. You guys can see I'm profit 1,500. It's bouncing between 1,500 and 1,800. So it's looking good so far. I think if I hit about 2,000, I might just close out in profit and maybe re-enter for this one over here, or maybe stack my position if I decide to. But we'll see how this plays out. We got about 45 seconds left on this candle. And if that becomes the case, there's going to be a second entry that's available right here. I don't necessarily recommend anyone take it, but if you guys want to take it and you guys are risk takers, you guys can. Or if you took a small position here, you can stack on to make that a full position with the second one over here. So it's really up to you guys how you guys want to approach this. But we'll see how this ends up playing out. We got 20 seconds left on this candle. We got about 15 seconds left. I'm in profit about 1,800. Or we got 10 seconds left on this candle. Let's see where it ends up closing out. We got 5 seconds left. All right, cool. So we got about a second left. All right, so there's another entry that's actually available right here. If you guys want to take it, I'm not saying that you guys should or shouldn't. It's really up to you if you guys want to take it or not. I actually took it, so I'm in profit with 2 positions right now. Yeah, this looks good for the most part. I'm in profit like... All right, so I'm in profit 1,800 on that one account. I mean, on that first position. The second one, I'm in profit another 100, whatever. It's just bouncing around, guys. So I got 2 positions running right now. I'll let you know if I close them out. But we'll see how this ends up playing out. So yeah, we got 2 right here running, but I'm probably gonna close it out. Well, we'll see how it plays out. This is gonna be scalp number 2 if that ends up being the case. Set this up real quick. If you guys want to take it, I mean, you guys don't have to take that trade, right? Because we still have the first one. So scalp number 1 or scalp number 2. And that's going to see what the parameters are for this one. So we got 2 staggered positions running right now. 33025. TP is going to be 33125. All right, so we got 2 positions running right there. All right, first one's about to hit TP. I'm gonna play out right there. Let me see. So I'm in profit 2,300 on the first position. I'm in profit 600 for the other one. So I'm doing pretty good right now, guys. Okay, I'm in profit real nice right now. Let's see where we at. All right, I'm gonna let it run. See where we're going. All right, so it's looking good right now. All right, it's looking solid. I'm trying to figure out like why is price moving so volatile right now? I don't really see anything over here. Real quick. Someone just messaged me. They're like, "Hey, look, Harry Trader or Hard Deep. I don't know what he wants to go by." This like this little troll that keeps coming into our chat. They're like, "Oh, Harry Trader came in and disliked the stream." Honestly, I don't care. That dude, he has so much free time. He likes to come in here, dislike the stream, and then copy my trades, and then just like linger in the background. I hope he continues to dislike the stream so that he can not so YouTube will stop showing my videos. It's all good. I don't really care. So we're over here off this one. And this thing's so choppy. So guys, I'm probably going to close out of my positions. You guys can hang on to yours if you want. And then I'm probably going to, because I'm going to try to scalp within it. I want to scalp some smaller moves within these, or I'll just hold on to it actually, fuck whatever. All right, so I close out my first position. It just hit TP right there. Boom, there you go, full TP off that first one right there. It doesn't show on here that it's hit yet, but I'm gonna show you mine over here. Mine actually closed out in profit. So show you real quick. Yeah, so that position hit full TP for me right here. I made 2,767 off that trade. So congrats to whoever took that trade with me. You probably locked in some really nice profit off that. You guys can see the date here, 3/18 at about 7:10 a.m. So about like 10 minutes ago, we took that trade when I took that first one, and then I hit the full TP off that. So I might close out my other one too, because I don't want to hang on to it if I'm already out of this first one. Let me check real quick. Let's see. Just pull it up real quick. Because I wasn't supposed to enter that second one. I kind of just hopped into it just because. Let me see it real quick. All right, so I closed out of the other one too because I wasn't supposed to stack that position. I just decided to take it last minute, but I wasn't necessarily supposed to take that trade. So we hit TP off that first one right there, guys, and I closed out my second one right here for the stack, and I locked in. So I'm in total profit. That first position was 2,100. Oh no, sorry, 2,767, and then the second position that we stacked right here was in profit as well. I was gonna hold it, but you know that was just it was an impulsive move by me to take that trade. But yeah, looking at this here, if I just add this up, so these are both from today, 3/18, 3/18. These two trades right here. So the first one I made 2,767.50, plus my second one was 245. So I made a total of 3,012.50 cents, $3,000 and 3,000. Sorry guys, I'm freaking numbers off. 3,012. I'm just gonna forget about the 50 cents. That doesn't mean anything. I made about 3,012 off this trade. Damn, I should have just held on to it. It's all good. But yeah, that one's fine. We made some profit off that right there, and we should be good. So we got this right here, those two trades. So for this whole week right now, I don't have any losses from this 15th. Total all of these down here. So let me just smooth this over real quick, and then we will see where everything moves from here. Yeah, no, it's funny, guys. People keep telling me to just ban that troll from the group. The thing is, we keep banning him, but that dude's annoying. He keeps coming back. He comes back, copies our trades here, and then just like, there we go. There's a full TP off that, the official full TP. And then this one right here is still running as well. I'm tempted to like re-enter this right now. Damn, I should have just held on to it, huh? I should have, but it's all good. So we got that right there. The first one hit full TP already. Actually, let me just draw that for you guys real quick over here. So I'll just screenshot this for you guys here in the groups to show you guys, you know, what's going on. All right, let me just copy this over for you guys. All right, so you guys got that right there. Yeah, I was about to hit TP on that one too. There we go. Damn, I should have held on to it. Fuck me. I could have been like 5,000 in profit for today. It's all good. Yeah, so I didn't feel comfortable about that position. That's why I pulled out early. And that's the key, guys. If you guys don't feel 100% about a position, just exit. Take your profit, and if it hits profit for everyone else, that's completely fine. Nice. So Lee over here said scalps from this London session live stream. Dude made 161 today scalping with me. Nice. So Lee said total profits for 2 days trading with K², loving the scalp strategy. So he learned, so you guys can see here, Lee learned the scalp strategy, right? So look how much profit he made on his own. He took all these trades on his own, made 516 for the day, covered his subscription already within 2 days. So nice work off that, Lee. Big congrats to you. Let me put that in our saved messages for later today. Here is Trell. Trell took those same two trades that I just called right now. He made 907 and he made 458. So everyone here is killing it, guys. Nice profit by everybody here in K2 who's copying my trades. So there we go. Nice work, guys. The Great Awakener said, bro, I'm making a bag right now. I'm still holding it. Nice, bro. Congrats, dude. Yeah, well, I could have locked in a lot more off this, but I'm not complaining, bro. Like, so if we add up all my profits for this week so far, it's been a great week, guys. Like, hopefully you guys are having as good as a week as I am. This is the one of the accounts. So 922.50 plus 1295 plus 845 plus 117 plus 249 plus 1292.50 plus 2767.50 plus 245. So these are just the trades from Monday up until now. So from the 16th up until the 18th, just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday through Thursday. So for this week on just this account, I'm up 7,333.50 cents for just this one account. I have another 100K account that I was mentioning, which is half of this because it's half the account size. So for that, I would have made 3,866. So this plus 733.50. I'm in profit about 11,625 for this week so far. And on top of that, I have my personal account as well. So I'm probably around 12,000 profit for this week, which is not bad at all. There's nothing to complain about when you're making that much profit in a week. And I'll show you guys I'll take a screenshot of my profits actually, so I can show you guys, what I mean by that. Because we always got people in here, some trolls, asking for the for the profits, and then when I show them the profits, they're always like feel like an idiot after, right? So let's see. Valentine over here locked in 267. So nice work, Valentine, off that too. I'll save that to our messages. Jeremiah over here locked in 721. Congrats, bro. He took my AJ trade and the US 30 trades as well. Locked in some nice profit off that, bro. Cam over here locked in 1,342. Nice work off this, bro. So you're good, bro. You hit your $1,000 goal for the day, right? So at this point, you can probably lower your lot size and just chill out. Eunice over here to send me his profits, 2,034. Nice work, Eunice. Everybody here. So like everyone's killing it, guys. If you guys have profits, send them over to me, and then I will save them to our profits for the day because I have everyone's profits saved right here. And at the end of the day, I will I'll show you guys, where everything is from there. Felicia's asking, I'm sorry, how do I get the Zoom link? My YouTube is off by 2 minutes. So Felicia, you'll have to sign up to the premium. If you guys want to have access to my trades in real time, just go on the website, k2trades.com, and then sign up for either the signals or for the strategy. If you guys want to learn the strategy and kill it like everyone else here, check this out. Rolling over here, locked in. Damn, 2,066. So guys, you guys can see, if you guys are not profiting with me here, you guys are obviously doing something wrong because everyone here is sending me the profits. Steven over here, 823. So there's no reason you guys should be in the negative right now. You guys should be in the net positive. There's no way that you guys should be in the negative for this week. Literally everyone. Jonathan over here, 1,000. Like, bro, I don't know how to change. I don't know how to like say this any differently. Everyone here in K2 is killing it. Sisu made this Jonathan made 1,022. Camo made 1,342. Like, I'm literally giving you guys free profits here. And if you guys are not taking advantage of this, Sam over here, look at Sam, 1,080. So Sam made about almost 3,000 for here. He's trading on a C Trader, I believe. So that's why his app looks different. But if you guys aren't making profits here with K2, I mean, you guys got to be doing something wrong. It's impossible for you guys to be negative this week or this year, actually, this entire year. It's impossible. Alan over here. Congrats, Alan. He made 1,479 off that one trade, and he took that second scalp with me, made 147 as well. So guys, like, I don't know how much more transparent to be with you guys. I called that trade live for you guys. I showed you it. I showed you my profits. I'm showing you everyone else's profits. It's just, I mean, man, if you guys aren't making profits, I don't know what to tell you guys. I really don't know what to tell you guys. But all right, let me just screenshot my my profits for the day so far. And then I'll show you guys, what's good. So here, nice profits looking great so far for the day. Let me see if I could add this up real quick. Let me just finish this. All right. So I'm just going to screenshot my profits right now so I can show you guys. We have some downtime anyways right now. We have some downtime because because we still have one running. We don't have any new positions available at this time. So I will send you guys the profits for the week so far, just so that you guys can see, you know, what we've been doing this week so far. So all right. All right, so let me just send you guys my profits as well so that you guys can see that I'm actually taking these trades too. Like, I don't understand. Like, I show you guys my live screen too with my live profits, and people still like, oh, he doesn't even take the trades. And I'm like, why wouldn't I take the trades, bro? Why wouldn't I take the trades when they're all winning? Okay, so let me go back over here real quick. Funke, so it looks like, did you hit your TP off that, Funke? Hopefully you hit it. I guess that'll be fine. Yeah, Steven over here made about 800. Nice, Steven. 823 off that. And I'll send you guys my profits as well. Larishna over here as well. Nice, Larishna. Larishna made 165. So, I mean, there's really no excuse for anyone to be in the negative this week, guys. Literally everyone's in profit. Sisuk over here made 747. He took my KJPY trade as well. So nice work to everybody, guys. Congrats, congrats, congrats. So these are my profits right here. On my first account, I made 6,218 for this from the 16th till today. And then my other account, I made 3,042 off this one over here, off my second account. So I have multiple accounts. I have my 200K right here that this is in challenge right now. This is my funded account, my 100K that's funded. And then this is my personal account right here as well. So I have multiple accounts that I trade. Obviously, you know, that's why there's 3 different profits here. They're different lot sizes as well. Like, we have this one here, we have this one here, and we have this one here. So let me just add a caption to this. Great profits during the live sessions this whole week. Oh man, like, I should just re-enter that trade. Damn, I was not paying attention to the active trades. So the other one's about to hit full TP too. All right, guys. So if you guys took the other trade I gave you guys, it's about to hit full TP right now as we speak. So I'm gonna delete this right here. Yeah, this one's right there. So it's about to hit full TP right now. You guys already know this is coming up. So let me just forward this over to you guys real quick. So if you guys have profits, send them over to me and I'll save them to our, there we go, full TP, guys. Another full TP. So if you guys are sitting in this live session, there we go. Another full TP. Another one. I should just held that trade, damn. It's all good. It's all good. Damn, that would have been another 2,500 right there. What a waste, right? I mean, it's all good. I'm not tripping. It's all good. All right, so let me just copy this over. So nice work to you guys. If you guys are here following me, make some props, make some profits off these trades that I'm calling. Yeah, so nice work to everybody, guys. Yeah, another scalp incoming. Camo just mentioned. Right here. This is going to be kind of risky, though. I don't know if I would take this one because this is a big bullish move. It's about to hit the all-time high, guys. So, like, if you take this one, I'm probably going to take it with a smaller lot size. I'm not going to take it with the full one because this is a really big candle, and it's probably going to retrace a little bit before it comes up. So, nice work to everybody over here. Let's see if anything else here. Let me see. All right, no other questions. So I think we're good for the most part. Yeah, if you guys have any other profits you guys want me to share, just send them to me on the Telegram or send them to anyone really. And then I could you know, add them to our saved list. So I have all the saved profits here for today. I'll show you guys once we cool down. Let me wait for this candle to close and I'll see if there's another entry. And then we might, you know, we might take another one. So let me see. All right, so we're waiting for this. We got about a minute left on this candle, guys. If this closes, we'll have another buy. And then we'll be good. So we're just waiting for this to close. We got about 54 seconds left on this candle. Like I mentioned, this is going to be another scalp entry, but it's going to be risky. So reason for that is because it's pushed up so high and it's already like getting near the all-time high right here. This is going to be the all-time high at this point over here. So when it reaches that point, we'll see. We got about 30 seconds left on this candle. If you guys want to take this, you guys can. I'll probably take it with you guys. I might as well. But I might not hold on to it till full TP because it's just kind of risky with it pushed so high. Well, actually, there's no entry here. So we'll have to wait for it, guys, because this green pivot isn't touching the wick anymore. So we'll see where this ends up, you know, closing out from this point. We got 5 seconds left on this candle. It's not touching the wick, right? So there's no entry available just yet, but we'll see. Yeah, so no entry off that right there, guys. Not yet. There was the wick didn't touch the pivot. So no entry off that. We'll wait for the next one. Damn, we're probably gonna have to wait a long time now. Because if price continues to push up higher, it's not gonna come down and touch it, but it's all good. I have an alert set there. So when price comes down and touches the pivot, we'll be ready for another entry. Oh, it did. Okay, crap. There's one right here. So if you guys want to take that trade, you guys can. There's actually a scalp that's available right here for that one. Because there's a new, there was a new one here that I didn't notice. There's one right here. So guys, there is an entry right here that's available. If you guys want to take it, it is available right there. I'm going to see if I'm going to enter right now, for I want to wait a little bit for it to come back down possibly. I just entered it. I don't think it's going to come back down. I'm back into it. I'm just going to scalp it in between, guys. So I'm going to keep scalping in and out of this little move right here. But there is a scalp entry that's available right there. Oh, fuck. Actually, there isn't. My bad, guys. There's actually no entry right there. I got confused because of the pivot right here. There's a zone here, but there's no pivot there that's available. So I'm in the position right now, but I'm probably going to close out in profit because it's not a valid entry. So I got into that position and I closed out in profit, guys. So I'll show you my profits again right here. Show you guys real quick. So I did enter that, but I exited. I took it out in profit. If you guys want to hold on to it, you guys can, but it's not a valid entry. So when it's not a valid entry, I just pull out. Even though if it looks like a good trade, I pull out because there's just no point in taking that risk, right? Because this might come back and retrace. And then as it comes back and retrace, I mean, it might not hit stop loss. It might come back and retrace, and then it could come back up. So I'll have a better entry at that point. So I got into this trade real quick and then I exited in profit, and I'll show you guys my profit. I made like 40 bucks off that. So it's nothing. I made 40 bucks off that little trade right there. So it's all good. But there's no entry here. So that's why I took out of that trade. So I'm gonna take this off and then we'll be waiting for the next one. All right. Nice. Billy said just won back all my losses. Whoop, whoop. Definitely, bro. Nice, nice. Nice. Brian said, yo, all I need to do is trade with you every morning and putting food on the table, fam. Definitely, Brian. You know, you can make a lot of profit just doing this. It's not really it's not really that difficult. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat real quick. All right, so yeah, I pulled out for that one right there because I just wasn't it just wasn't a valid entry, so that's why I closed off on that. But yeah, anyway, so I'll keep looking at the stuff here. Let me see if there's anything else you guys sent here. Sisuk, yeah, Sisuk locked in another 970 off that. Congrats, bro. So Sisuk is killing it. Born again trader locked in. Wow. So he took all the scalps that I gave. Dude locked in about 18. So that's about 40, 80, a little over $100. So maybe 100, between 100 and $200 right here for born again trader. Congrats, bro. Congrats to everyone here who's killing it. Let's see if there's anything else here. Nice. Chef Bubbles is taking his little trades over there too. All right, nice. Nice. Look at Jelano here. Jelon locked in a nice, damn, some nice profit off that too, bro. Damn, he locked in a fat profit off that one. The first one I called. Jelon locked in about 2,362. So nice work off that, Jelon. Promise over here locked in 1,288. Wow. So nice work to everybody here, guys. Big congrats to everybody in K2 for locking in these profits. And this is the premium group, guys. So if you guys aren't in the premium and you guys want to take your trading seriously, you know, the premium here has all the serious traders. That's why everyone here is showing their profits, right? Jasmine over here. Nice. Jasmine locked in 264.21 for the day. She scalped those US 30s that I called, locked in some nice profit. She scalped some NASDAQ over here, UK 100. She's all over the board, but she locked in some nice stuff today. So great work to everybody here. I have everyone's profits saved up right here. So at the end of the day, I'm going to send everyone's profits in the public groups right here. So you guys can see every day I send everyone's profits, right? Because like I mentioned, you know, we all trade together here. So like when everyone wins or when anyone wins, you know, we all celebrate. It's not just that one person, because we have a lot of profits here for the day. So if you guys have more profits, just send it over to me, and then I'll send them out to the group a little later. So let me see what else we got over here. So I'm still looking for some scalps here off US 30, but there's nothing that's available just yet. So we're doing pretty good so far, guys. We're doing good for the day. We're doing good for the week, the month, the year. We're killing it, guys. Like if you guys want to go back and see anyone, like people's profits here in K2, like if there's a day where you guys had a horrible trading day, right? So if you guys had a bad trading day, just give me the day. I'll pull it up here. If you guys had a random day, like say you had a bad trading day on the 4th, I'll be like, you might have had a bad day, but K2 over here, we've been like on point, right? If we go back to like a random day over here on February 25th, like I have days and days and days of everyone's profits here. So if you guys had a bad day of profits, I can show you like what we took that day. And then you can see like, you know, what the difference is between our trades and your trades, if you guys want me to do that. So here's Ken over here. Ken locked in. Let's see, your profits are loading, bro. You got locked in about 100, 200, 300, 400, about 500 profit here, taking the Dow trades here. So nice work, Ken. So nice work off those profits right there as well. Let me just take off this Forex analyst, Yannick the Lord. You getting banned, bro. Ban hammer. All right, so we're good off this. Let me just check all of the let me check the YouTube now. So now that we have some downtime, I'll check out the YouTube, see what you guys are talking about over here. I missed all of these little questions over here. So let me just scroll up real quick and see what's going on. So let me just scroll down, see if there's anything here that I missed. Hey, what's up, morning, Kendra? Just saw your message right now. Jeff's asking, what's the instrument you trade for US 30? Is it YM, DIA, other? I think YM is the main one. Let me just check real quick. Because I think YM, yeah, YM is probably the main one. I think the mini is MYM, right? So let's see, YM symbol. Yeah, it would be YM, Jeff. I just Googled it right now. So the YM is the E-mini Dow. So yeah, depending on, you know, on what you're looking for, if you want the E-mini Dow, it'd be YM. If you want the micro, it'd be MYM. So those are the future symbols for the Dow. It'd be YM. So you should be good off that if you decide to, you know, copy the trades yourself, but on the other end. So let's see, Jay wants me to take a look at US oil. I'll add you to the list, Jay. I'm not going to look at it right now, but I will add you to the list for when we start looking at other pairs. So let's see, we got Jay for US oil. Let's see what other questions we got over here. I just saw your message, Gerald. Nice. Jalon said I'm up 3K today. He wants me to take a look at NASDAQ, so I'll take a look at NASDAQ too. So Jalon, NASDAQ 100. Renok's asking, I do not have 10-minute time frame. Does this work on other time frames? Yeah, it works on all time frames, all assets, all time frames. It's the same thing all around. Nice. So Lloyd took the trade too. He hit TP as well. So congrats, Lloyd. Congrats everybody. Nice. Lloyd said had to set it before you and was waiting for you to call so I can actually pull off. Definitely. Hugo's asking, Shawn, please teach me how to operate the US 30. I'm new here. Just go back and watch all the live sessions, Hugo, or sign up for the premium so you can learn the strategy. So just a reminder, like you guys can see all these profits that everyone's locking in over here. Like there's trades here that people are taking that I haven't called here in the live session, right? Like Jasmine over here, she took gold, she took UK 100, she took NASDAQ. Let me see what else we got over here. We have Jalon over here. He's killing it with these trades over here. Sisuk over here, he's taking like CAD JPY. If you guys want to learn the strategy and do it all on your own, where you don't have to like watch this live session and just, take the trades on your own time, like Sam over here. Sam took NZD CAD. He made 200 off that. I didn't call that trade, or maybe I did. I can't remember. He took S&P. I definitely don't call S&P trades. He made profit off that, UK 100, et cetera, et cetera. If you guys want to learn the strategy, just go on the website, k2trades.com. Right here, click on K2 strategy course, and then you can learn the same strategy that we're all applying here. So yeah, Hugo, if you want to learn that, just go on the website and start learning how we trade here, and then you can start applying it yourself. But if you don't want to pay for anything, just watch all the live streams because I go over everything there. It's just you won't have the indicators. You need these K2 indicators to apply these strategies. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Renok said, okay, so I answered that question already. Camo said, made 1,320 minutes. That's just nuts. Can't believe I made that. Yeah, no, you definitely made that, Camo. Johnson, money bag, Shawn, definitely. Gwen, I sent the Zoom link in the Telegram group. So Funky, maybe if you can help your grandma, with getting the link. I don't know if she knows where to find it on the Telegram group. Let's see. See if there's anything else right here. The great awakener said, you make money. Why wouldn't you take the trade? Yeah, no, I mean, I did take the trade, but it wasn't a valid entry. That's why I decided to pull out. I did make some profit off it, but I didn't hold on to it because I wasn't completely convinced that it was going to shoot up. It's probably going to come down. So this is probably what's going to happen, guys. It's going to come down. It's going to test the pivot and structure, and then we're going to take another scalp and ride this up even higher. So it's reaching an all-time high right now. So it's getting a little risky, but it's all good. We're still going to take the trades anyways. Awakener said, bro, you're a god. Definitely. Let's see if there's anything else here. Thanks, Pierre. Pierre said Shawn is the truth. Definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. B Money said zone to zone. Felt the same way about the DAX. Yeah, so Kendra mentioned about the DAX yesterday. DAX was kind of funky yesterday, but it's starting to smoothen out. So Pierre said, I was down 4K on my 100K challenge. Now I'm up 3K. Nice, Pierre. So you're on your way to getting funded now, bro. Just got to keep pushing it. Stay consistent. Damn. Great Awakener said he's still holding the first scalp. So the first scalp was down here, I think, right, Awakener? So if you're holding that, let's see how much profit you made off that. Damn, if you held it all the way up to here, Awakener, you probably made like 1,000 pips off that move. That's a big move. Keep scrolling down. Mr. Iglet said gold. So I'll take a look at gold for you, Iglet. So Mr. Itgelt wants me to take a look at gold. I'll add that to the list. Hugo said, can you insert subtitles on your videos? I mean, I have like 5 videos a day, Hugo, so that's going to be impossible for me unless you want to do it for me. That's a lot of work for me to do, to put in subtitles, because I have way too many videos that I go live with. So unfortunately, I can't do that. I already tried, but I haven't like I've tried to put subtitles on my videos before, and like the people who I hire just never do a good job. So I don't really deal with it anymore because I go live so many times a day where I don't have time to do the subtitles myself. Um, yeah, Hugo, I can't do that, bro, because Hugo's asking if I can put subtitles on all the streams. Maybe at some point in the future when I have time, but I just don't have time for it. I have like over 100 videos. You know how long it's going to take for me to put subtitles on every video, and each video is like 5 or 6 hours. So that's a lot of time for me to go back and put subtitles on everything. Rick mentioned when you see those pivots right now crossing up while you're scalping, what are you thinking? I'm thinking that the trend is pushing up heavier, Rick. So like, for example, when the pivots start to spread out, like check this out right here. If you're in a buy, Rick, and you see the pivots are spread out and they're angling up, look how big of a push it makes, right? It just indicates that the trend up is strong. So when the pivots start to angle upwards and they spread out, and when they angle downwards and spread out, that indicates that price is starting to trend in that direction heavily. Let's see. All right, let me scroll up real quick. I think I'm missing a couple of things here. Oh, gotcha. So Jeff, CT answered your question up there. If you want to look up Chris George is CT, he said YM is the future, US 30 is a CFD, and DIA is the ETF. Yes, Chris knows way more than me with regard to those symbols. He trades a lot of other stuff as well. Yeah, exactly what Ed just mentioned right now too. So Edward mentioned, lost or not, if you followed your rules today, you did the right thing. Definitely, that's the main key. And Great Awakener, you're asking about the sentiment. So in order to find the sentiment, Great Awakener, you just go on the website. Just go to Google, type in US 30 sentiment, and it's going to be either this IG sentiment right here or this one right here, either the official IG website or on like another website that just copies it over. So this is a Daily FX. They have the IG sentiment where they have a list of different pairs here. But if you go to the actual website, igsentiment.com, they have the sentiment right here. So you can see where all the retail traders are trading within this platform, IG Sentiment, which is one of the bigger brokers that's available. And they white label to other companies too. So a lot of other brokers use the same data from IG. So that's why this is pretty accurate here. So if there's a lot of people short, we're gonna do the opposite and go long. Yeah, I'm looking at things pushing up, back up right there. So we'll see how it plays out. I have an alert set at this candle over here. So I'm still waiting for this to come down to provide for another entry. That's why right now I'm just answering some questions until we have another entry that's available over here. All right, next question is from Sam. So I'm adding up the list right now. So Sam wants me to take a look at odd NZD, 30-minute intraday strategy. All right, next up we got, so Gwen's asking if that link is just for today. So every day is a new link, Gwen, because it's a brand new room every time we go live. So every day is a brand new link. Adonis is asking, hey, Shawn, on MT4, you look at US 30 on the 1 hour time frame, 15-minute on TradingView? No, Adonis. So on TradingView, I look on the 10-minute. On MT4, I don't really look at it at all. It's just there. So I have it set at the default is 1 hour, but I don't look at the time frame. I usually put on the 5-minute actually, so I can see how it's moving. But I don't look at this chart at all because I mean you guys can see the difference, right? This is like a 1995 computer, and this is like a 2021 computer. So I don't really look at these charts here at MT4. I just execute my trades on here, when we take them. So the time frame isn't really of importance on MT4 since we're not really charting on there. We're just copying it from the other part. Like we're putting the trade here and we're just executing it on the MT4. So other than that, let me keep going down real quick and see if there's anything else before we continue. Ed's asking, Shawn, if you want, you could consider a 2-to-1 ratio. I usually do 300 pip risk, 600 pip reward. Yeah, I mean, you could do that if you want, Ed, but like, you know, what we do here works. So we're just going to continue doing what we do. Right. Cause like, you know, it's like that saying goes like, you know, don't fix what's not broken, obviously. Right. And I mean, I've been doing the same thing like every day and our profits are pretty nice. So I don't think there's a reason for us to really change our risk to reward because we don't even lose. Like if we do lose, then yeah, it'd be an issue, but we're not losing. So I don't think risk reward really even matters to us here. I mean, like, cause we're using a 1-to-1, we don't have to go and use a 2-to-1. I feel like a lot of people are taught that they have to use, like, you know, we've talked about this before. There's a lot of people that have like this big ego where they're like, oh, I need to do a 2-to-1 because they think that that's the only way to trade. But in reality, it's not. That's not how it works. You guys, how it works is you figure out what works and then you use it. You know, a lot of like professional traders, they don't even use a stop loss. And like if you follow like other professional traders, they don't use a stop loss. They follow the trade, and then they just enter and exit when they see the movements. So there's really no reason for us to change it. And I mean, if we were losing trades, yeah, it would make sense, but we're not losing trades here. So you know, we have such a high win percentage that risk to reward is fine for a 1-to-1 with us because we have like, you know, well over an 80% win rate with these scalps, probably even higher overall. So let me just go back to US 30 real quick on the 10-minute. See, there's no entry here yet that's available off the daily. All right, so let me just check real quick. Funky said silver. All right, so I'll add you to the list, Funky, or Funky. Sorry, I keep calling you Funky. Funky, silver. ZAG USD. Let's see if there's anything else here. Jeff's asking regarding time. How long would you hold the scalp if it doesn't hit TP or stop? You just, I generally just hold it until it hits TP or stop, Jeff. I don't necessarily, unless there's something in the market showing me that it looks risky, then I'll exit it early. But generally, I just hold on to it, and it usually closes within like 30 minutes, like around 30 minutes, because we're not going for a big move. Our scalp's only for about 50 points, because I know you're trading the futures, so it'd be 50 points for you, 500 pips for us, and that usually hits pretty quickly. It's not something that that we really have to wait for very long. So maybe if you're holding it for more than like 2 hours, then that's kind of pushing it. If you're holding it for more than 2 hours, then yeah, maybe you should close out and then wait for another one because price is probably just consolidating. But in most instances, when we're taking these scalps, market is like price is moving directional. It's not really moving sideways. So we usually hit it pretty quickly. Yeah, definitely, Ed. No problem. You know, it's just like a lot of people when they learn trading, they think that you have to trade like, you know, a freaking like 1 to 10, right? They try to do this. You see a lot of people trade and they're like, oh, you have to trade like this, where you like how you were mentioning right now, right? You just mentioned that if we were using a 300 to 600, I'm going to show you real quick why that wouldn't work. So for example, right here, so Ed, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to show you what you just mentioned. You said that we can use a 300 to 600, right? If I followed your direction right there, it would have hit my stop loss before it would have went to TP. That's why we don't do that, because what we do here works, right? So this is why you can't do that, like what you just mentioned, because it doesn't, like, you'll hit your stop loss before you before it hits your TP. And I know this because I've been trading for like 10 years now. So this happens all the time. So like you know, this is how you get trapped. People like you get trapped because you guys are taught to trade like a retail trader. You guys are taught to trade like, oh, like everyone has to trade 2 to 1, right? This is how they trap you because they know your stop loss is down here. They stop you out, then they push you to profit. And I'm sure you've run into that problem a lot of times where it hits your stop loss and you're like, damn, if I had my stop loss a little wider, or if I would have listened to Shawn and used what he's been doing, it would have worked, right? And I'm just joking with you, but that's really how it is. Like it happens all the time. And you can go back and back test as much as you want. You'll see that what you just mentioned doesn't work necessarily all the time. You have to use that if your win rate's low, but our win rate's high here. That's why we don't have to use offset risk to reward. So anyways, back to what I was going over earlier. I think that's it for the questions now. So I'm going to skip, I'm going to avoid the chat for a bit, and then I'll start looking for some scalps here and maybe answer some questions as we continue on. So let's see the questions we have here. I'll go down the list real quick. I'll see if I got everyone's questions. If I missed your question, just put it in the chat again and I'll pull it up. But right now we have Jay for US oil. We have Jawan for NASDAQ 100. We have Mr. Itgelt for gold. We have Sam for AUD USD. He wants me to take a look at the 30-minute intraday strategy, and Funky for silver, or Funke, sorry, Funky. All right, perfect. There we go. Yeah, exactly. So like what CT just mentioned right now. So CT, when he swing trades, he uses a 1 to 4. That makes sense for swing trading. But if we're scalping here, you know, you're probably gonna get stopped out more times than not if you try to do something like that where your stop loss is too tight. And you know, it's funny, like we talked about it before. It's like an ego thing for a lot of guys. Like a lot of people want to go for like these 100 pip moves, and then they make like $1, right? I'm like, bro, if you just scalp like how we're scalping here, you could have taken like 3 trades here, and you would have made more money than going for this little small, this big move over here. So, I mean, there's different trading styles. You don't have to trade one way or the other, but you know, you also don't have to trade one way. There's different ways of trading. And it just depends on who you learn from, right? If you learn from one person and they teach you that and it's ingrained in your head, then that's probably the only way you know how to think. But with trading, you have to be open-minded. All right. Anyways, let me go through the questions now. So I have an alert set here, so I'll come back to this. I'll answer one question and then I'll come right back to this. The first question is US oil for Jay. So Jay, I'm gonna pull up US oil for you real quick. We have US oil right here. I'm gonna take everything off the chart. Here we go with the naked chart, right? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the K2SR indicator. And then I'm gonna go ahead and draw my zones down here. I'm gonna draw my zone right over here. Yeah, I got you, Sam. You wanted auto NZD for on the 30-minute intraday strategy, right? I got you on the list, Sam. All right, we got this there. This there, and this is how I analyze everything. If I analyze anything on any time frame, this is how I start. I start by drawing these zones so I can identify where the rejection points are, so I know where to trade and where not to trade. So once I got these lined up right here, I will turn this off and then zoom out from this point, and you'll see from this point we have some perfectly drawn zones, right? So after we have this, I turn on the momentum indicator. And after I turn on the momentum indicator, I identify the direction of momentum. So I do see that we had a pending sell signal right here. So that's probably what you saw, Jay. If that was what you saw right there, you know, we would probably wait for price to break and close past the structure. So just looking at this here, we have a rejection from this point. We have a sell signal right here. And then when price broke structure down here, it's probably going to continue pushing. So for example, right here, I did see that there was a pending sell signal when you first opened up this chart. It disappeared because this candle hasn't closed. We got about 2 hours and 53 minutes left on this candle. So if this candle closes below here with a sell signal, then I would take a short position. Because what I see happening here is I see price pushing to the next structure down here, and then I see it pushing further down here. And it's exactly what played out right here. So here's the same exact pattern. Rejection off that top area, sell signal, breaking close past structure right here. And if you took that short position right there, boom, full TP, right? Same exact pattern. Pushes down here, closes again below here, and then continues farther down to full TP. So it's the same pattern right here that I'm looking at: rejection, rejection, sell signal, breaking close past structure, breaking close past structure, and then it continues to push down even further. So that's basically what we're looking at right now for US oil. And there's that sell signal that I was just referring to off that Jay. So we're gonna wait for this to close. We got 2 hours and 52 minutes. So we got a lot of time left before this closes. So if you want me to check it before we log off today, just remind me again later. It's only 8 o'clock. So I'll probably be on this until possibly 10. And then I can look at it before the candle closes. So that's it for US oil. I'll go back to US 30 real quick. All right, so we're good off that right now. There's still no entry available for that. And we'll keep waiting for the next one. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue. All right. So let's see. All right, anything else here? Let me see how we continue on from here. let me see if there's anything else. So Neandra wants me to take a look at gold. So I have gold already on my list, Neandra. So gold is the third thing I'm looking at. I just looked at US oil. The next on the list is NASDAQ 100. And then I got gold from Mr. Itgelt. So I'll be for you and Neandro. And then I have odd NZD for Sam, and I have silver for Funke. So that's about it for now. Hey, Mary, morning. I think that's it for now on that. Let me see if there's anything else before we continue on with this. All right, so I'm looking at this here. This is probably not going to come down and test the pivot yet. So I'll go over to the next question. The next question is NASDAQ 100 for Shawn. So let me pull up NASDAQ 100 for you over here. So I'll try to answer these really quick. I'm going to go through these really quick, guys. So hopefully you guys catch what I'm saying. I mean, if you guys have been in K2 for a while, you guys already know what I do here. So this shouldn't be new to you. So anyways, here's a blank chart. I'm going to turn on the K2 SRs, draw my structure. So you guys can see that this same analysis works for Forex, works for commodities like oil, it works for indices like NASDAQ, it works for everything. So if you guys learn this one system that I use, I mean, you guys can trade exactly how I do. It's not that difficult. It's just really getting the system down and forgetting like all the bad information you learned before you found K2. Because there's a lot of people who come from other companies and they learn some bad trading knowledge there. Like that's the thing that's bad about other trading companies is they just recycle stuff that they find from other groups. And it's not necessarily good information. For me here, I created all these indicators. I created the strategy. So I know everything that works, you know, with regards to using my indicators and my analysis here. So anyways, looking at US 30, I mean, NASDAQ 100, we have a rejection from this structure above here. We have this sell signal right here. From that point, it dropped down to this structure right here, right? As soon as price broke structure again right here, it's dropping down even further. So right here, we have a sell bias because price is coming down. However, it's at a support right here. So price can do one of two things. It can either reject off this point and shoot back up, or it can continue to push down even further. So a couple of scenarios that can play out there, but not really much to look at because price is within this zone. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in the shorter time frame, and I'll see if there's any scalps off the NASDAQ. That's probably what you're looking for, right, Shawn? I'm pretty sure not looking for the big moves right now. So here's a NASDAQ 100 on the 10-minute. I'm going to go ahead and draw my zones real quick. Looks like we got a couple zones down here. So we got that right there. We got this right here. We got this over here as well. And we got, let me check this out real quick. Let me delete that. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw that up right there, there. All right, once I have these zones drawn up, turn this off real quick. And then we'll see if there's any entries here that were available. So I probably wouldn't mess with the NASDAQ right here, Shawn. The reason for that is because it's just choppy, right? It's just going sideways. So I wouldn't mess with the NASDAQ right here. It looks like the most recent entry that I would have taken probably would have been like up here, which was during London session. It looks like all throughout the US session, it's just been choppy, right? It's just been going sideways. And you can kind of tell just by like, so if I zoom out from here and I turn off the pivots, you can see that price is just consolidating right here, right? It's just going sideways. So I probably wouldn't mess with the NASDAQ right now. The most recent entry I probably would have taken would have been somewhere above here, or even right here. There was a couple entries that are available here, but it's the same pattern, right? If you look at the NASDAQ over here, it's just going sideways. So if I turn off the pivots again, it's kind of easier to see when you draw the zones because you can see right here, this whole area is just consolidating, right? It's going sideways, going sideways. This whole area right here, going sideways. Because you really don't want to be scalping if it's just going sideways like that, because you need it to be directional, or else you might get caught in some, in some bad moves here. Because like, for example, let me go over here and see if I find anything. So like, for example, over here, this is going sideways, but right here it breaks above it. So if I mark this up right here, and I'll show you the difference between this. So if I replay this right here, you can see right here that price is actually directional, right? It's going upwards, Jalon. So like right here, you can see that we have a wick rejection off the pivot in the structure. So I would have taken a long position right here. And I don't know what the sweet spot is. I think it's like 500 pips or something like that. But yeah, looking at this here, if you were to take this trade, it would have went straight to TP, right? After one candle. So like within 10 minutes, you would have hit full TP off that right there. That's why you want to trade when price is directional. You don't want to trade when it's going sideways, because if you're trading right here, you probably would have taken a couple L's because there was an entry that was available right here, but price is too choppy. So if you took a short position right there, you would have lost, right? So you just want to make sure that you're identifying, market structure, and you're actually trading it when it's moving directional, not just when it's going sideways. So just looking at the NASDAQ again right now, like I mentioned, there's a couple entries that are available right here. Like this would have been an entry right here, but I don't know if I would have taken it because price is just going sideways for the most part. However, if you did take it, it looks like, or actually, I don't know if this was, let me just check real quick. I'm just going to zoom out and rewind to that specific candle. So if we replay it to this candle right here, which one was it? The green one. So this was on market open. So this was kind of a manipulated candle, but if you did take this one, it looks like you probably would have hit TP, even though me personally, I probably wouldn't have taken it because it's just too risky of a move. Because if you took that, it would have hit TP right away, but this was on market open. So that's why it's super choppy. But yeah, just looking at this here, Jalon, looks like there's one entry that was available right here. I don't know if I would have taken it because like I mentioned, the market's kind of choppy. So if you took this here, it's still technically active right now. So this would have been the entry right here, Jalon. So it's technically still active right now. It's swinging around back and forth. And that's why I wouldn't want to take it, but it does have a sell by. So if you want to enter this, Jalon, this would have been the move for this entry right here. So just keep that in mind. There's actually a couple entries right here. So there's one right here as well. So if you took this one right here, like these are risky trades, but obviously if you took them, they would have hit TP regardless. Right there. So there's the two entries right there, John. There's actually a couple entries right here. Or actually, I think that's the only, there's another one right here too, this green one. So if you took this green one right here, this would have hit TP as well. So depending on how high your risk tolerance is, I mean, you can take these trades because they're still hitting, but it's like, it's up to you whether you think they're safe or not. Right here, it's kind of too choppy though. I don't know if I'd mess with this, but if you did, this would still be the entry right here. And it's probably going to hit full TP eventually, but it's probably going to move sideways before it does that. It's probably going to keep playing with you until it decides to, finally drop down and hit your full TP right there. So that's it for the NASDAQ. Let me go back to US 30 real quick. US 30, which is right there. All right, so price hasn't come back down yet. It's now at it's not the all-time high yet, almost. So it's at the previous swing over here, and it's making its way to the all-time high over here, which would be at 33,191. So we'll see how this plays out. I don't know if the market's just going to die down now. It's 8 o'clock. It seems like the market kind of dies down after the the first move from the beginning. I mean, profits are looking good so far. Let me see if anyone else sent anything. Yeah, super risky for everyone over here. See if I see anything over here. Let's see. Nice. Henry just sent me his profits over here real quick. Let's see. Henry locked in 92, 108, 154. So he made 200, 300, about 400 off these US 30 calls that I made today. So I called about 4 US 30 buys on the live session, and this is what Henry made. Nice. So he said, yeah, live profits, definitely. Congrats, Henry. Put that over there. So here are all the profits from today. Everyone's been killing it, guys. Like, damn, it's great to see everyone killing it all together, because we all took these trades. So everyone should be in profit right now. All the trades that I called this morning, all won. So everyone should have like straight blue profits. I don't think anyone should have any red ones unless they made like a small mistake. Like CC over here might have made a small mistake off that. But other than that, everyone's profits are all blue right now, right? Like Steven over here, they're all blue. He took a sell here, so that was probably his own trade. But all the trades that we took this morning, it was a nice right here. Alan, this is great. Seeing this profit right here, because Alan joined us like recently, so he's killing it. And he just started. Here's Patricia over here. Nice. Patricia locked in 2,747 today with those scalps that I called this morning. So nice work, Patricia. Patricia's been consistent. If you look at all Patricia's profits that she sends me, so this is here today. She made 2,747. Yesterday, she made 3,171. She has 2 accounts, or 3 accounts actually. So yesterday she made 3,171. The other account, she made 2,542 right here. Her third account, she made 2,725. So obviously the profits are different in each account because she has multiple accounts. And here again, she made 3,000. So every day she's locking in like at least 3,000 a day, just trading with us here and, you know, applying her own strategies, you know, or applying the K2 strategies on her own. So nice work off that, Patricia. Congrats to you. Congrats to everybody here. And, you know, let's lock in some more profits before we close out this trading week. Nice. So Great Awakener said, I'm still holding the scalps. He's up 1,200 pips. Damn, that's crazy, bro. So the Great Awakener, he took my first trade that I called down here, this red one. He took that right there, and he locked in. Damn, he's up like a lot of pips. See, Robert just sent me his profits too. Nice, Robert. Robert locked in 801. So as you guys can see here, Robert and Patricia have the same last name. Reason for that is because Patricia is Robert's mom. So they got the whole family here profiting with K2. Yeah, so nice work from both you guys, Patricia and Robert. You know, you guys have been pretty on point with your trades. And, you know, after we had that live session, I think that pretty much cleared up everything. You guys have been killing it like every single day. And, you know, this is something that you guys can replicate. Like if you guys have family members that want to find a way to make money quickly and easily, like trading with us, like Patricia and her son are killing it, man. It's like a dream team right there. You know, like she basically passed on what she knew over to Robert, and they're both killing it. Like it's like a family affair now. Like everyone is killing it in the family. And I'm doing the same with my own family as well. You know, I'm getting my brother on this. Are you on this live session, Justin? He might be. My brother's probably on this live session, but you know, it's something that you guys can bring within your family. Like if you get good at this, you can teach what I'm teaching you guys to your family members, and you guys can just all kill it every day. And that's you know, that's really what it is. You know, that's how people create long-term wealth, is because they teach people within their family what they learn, and they just keep, you know, rinse and repeat, execution after execution, and just keep you know, growing those accounts. But other than that, let me see if there's anything else here before I continue. Nice. So Patricia's actually looking on the 5-minute. Let me look on the 5-minute real quick. Oh, I can see. Yeah, Patricia locked in a couple more trades here. So Patricia is trading on the 5-minute. She likes to trade on the shorter time frames, which, you know, if you can handle it, you know, that'd be great. Because right here, there's one scalp right here that Patricia probably took full TP off that. Again, down here, we have 2 more scalps for these 2 candles. So if you took this right here, another full TP right there, and then another one right here. So you guys can see that, you know, this strategy works on all time frames. You don't have to use it on the 10-minute. I personally like the 10-minute, so that's why I stick to it. But you don't have to just trade on this right here. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat right now because you guys are talking. Let's see. So I see Tequila Taste. Let me see what you mentioned up here. Tequila Taste said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I did make almost 50% profit. Yeah, TP means target profit, what Mark mentioned right there. And Tequila mentioned, I learned I can't day trade more than 3 times a day unless you have 25K. Yeah, because for stocks, you have the pattern day trading rule. Yeah, exactly. Oh, nice, John Doe. So that's you, Steven, right? Steven said he just got back from his second COVID vaccine. You kind of did. Unfortunately, you did today, Steven. Steven said, I hope I did not miss a lot today. I mean, you kind of did, but it's all right, Steven. You don't need to, we'll be back into more profits. Oh man, David over here. All right, let me go back over here and see what you guys are mentioning. So Jalon said, do you believe in the moon cycle strat? Not at all, bro. Not at all. That's I mean, do you believe in your horoscopes? That's kind of how I see it. You know, the moon cycle strat, like if you look that up on YouTube, or you can talk to Sisu about it. Let me see if Sisu could could explain to you. Sisu has a good video about that moon cycle strat. I mean that's like, bro, moon cycle strat, like I just don't, it's funny. Just go ahead and Google it. If you guys are wondering what Jalon's mentioning, it's a really funny strategy. It's kind of similar to like what what David mentioned. He said as much as he believes in the bat signal. Yeah, if you guys look at that moon strat, it doesn't really work, guys. I mean, it works sometimes, but in my perspective, I think it's by luck. Honestly, it doesn't really move how people think it moves. Let me just move this over real quick. Yeah, let's see. Let's see this over here. Let me see if I can pull up the moon cycle for you guys. Moon. Okay, so like moon phases. So like the way that these moon phases work, like check this out. So like the way that these moon phases work is that when it turns blue, you're supposed to buy, right? When it's a new moon, you're supposed to buy, but it doesn't always go up. It sometimes goes down. And when it's a full moon, it's you're supposed to sell. So if you sold right here, like you would have lost a lot of money if you're trying to follow this strategy, right? You probably would have made, you would have went into drawdown like, geez, look at this, like 20,000 pips if you're following this little moon cycle strategy that people talk about. Like, look at this. This is like so off. If you go back and just look at this strategy, you'll be like, damn, why did I even think about taking these trades? Look at this right here. For this right here, you're supposed to sell right when it's a full moon. And look at how far it goes up. Like your drawdown would have been freaking insane. Right here, you're supposed to buy when it's a new moon. You literally go straight to negative. And you probably blow your account every time you try to do this this moon cycle. So I know some people use it, not to knock their strategy, but this shit doesn't work, bro. Like, look at this new moon. This is where you're supposed to buy. Imagine if you bought right here. Look how much money you would have lost, Jalon. Like, damn, bro. You would have blown your account every time you took this moon strategy. Again, right here, you're supposed to sell. Look how much money you'd lose. It just, yeah, like, I mean, guys, just like check this out. Look at this moon cycle right here. Look at this sell, right? It's a. If you want to take a sell right here, Jalon, you can take this sell, but look at how much drawdown you go into. Moon cycle right here, you're like, oh, it's a moon cycle. I'm supposed to take a sell because it's a full moon. Nope, you've been in drawdown 30,000 pips. Like, damn, this is crazy. Look at this, a new moon right here. You're supposed to buy off that. Like, bro, you're going to draw down like 30,000 pips each way. So like, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're doing the opposite of the moon cycle, maybe it'd probably be beneficial to you. But I mean, damn, look at how much like you would have been. It's like the moon cycle is good at identifying the opposite trades. Sometimes it works, majority of the time it doesn't. This one's like, but it doesn't always play out. Like sometimes it does the opposite. Sometimes it doesn't play out. Like even right here, sometimes it does work, right? So how would you know when it works or not? Like for example, right here is a new moon. This is when a new moon would actually work. So if you're doing the opposite, you still lose either way because sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose, but majority of the time you would lose if you were to do that. Because it sometimes it does play out, sometimes it doesn't, you know? I mean, I personally don't follow it at all. Like I know, like I'm not trying to knock anyone's strategy, but I mean, you can go back and back test it yourself and see if it works. It obviously doesn't. So, you know, it's probably a seasonal strategy. It probably works like 1 month out of the year, like maybe one, like, because if you look at this here, it's the complete opposite. This is supposed to be a sell, but it's a buy. This is a buy, but it's a sell. So not to knock anyone's strategy, but you should, like, instead of asking me what I think of it, you should go back and try it yourself, and then you can see for yourself whether it works or not. So I just find it funny because Sisuk had this really funny video about the moon strategy. You guys can go find it. Let me see. And you know, if you guys are gonna learn from someone that, like, if you want to learn from somebody that that you think is a good trader, have them trade for you live. Like I trade live every day, so you guys can see that, you know, I know what I'm doing. But if they don't trade for you live, then I mean, guys, check this out. If you just look up moon strategy, you can watch any of these videos. These are all pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Like just if you want to go watch all these moon phases strategy, it's like man, what is this, a science project? And then this moon phase trading. There's, I mean, I guess if you could figure out a way to make it work, maybe you could use it. But like, look at these guys and just look at the people who are teaching this strategy. I wouldn't trust any of these people. But all right, enough with the moon strategy. Let's go back to what we're doing over here. Back to these profits. Oh man, it's just funny. Reverse to time change. All right, I'm just gonna avoid this one. I just saw you guys like jumping in on the chat about that. But yeah, you know, like I was mentioning, the moon phases, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't work. So you could get lucky every once in a while. Don't get me wrong. You can get lucky 1 out of 10 times, but by that point, you'll be blowing your account. So, so good luck to you if you want to use that. Anyways, let me go down the list real quick. Mr. Iglet wants me to take a look at Mr. Iglet. Miguel wants me to take, let's see, SPX 500. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here while we continue. Steven said, I had a question via Telegram, but I wanted to know if you can clarify. You can ask the question here, Steven, if you want. I'm not really looking at the Telegram right now. I'm kind of busy with this, with the live session. So I'll take a look at yours later. Let me see if there's anything else here as we continue on with this. Peter said, Shawn, when are you going to teach the starfish and leprechaun method? You know, it's crazy, guys. If you guys look online, everyone has a strategy for like everything, and they have these weird names for it, especially like those harmonic patterns, right? If you guys look at those harmonic patterns, there's like names for everything. They're like, oh, this is a pineapple pattern. This is the like what Peter said, this is starfish leprechaun pattern. I mean, it's just crazy. There's this one guy actually on TradingView. He's kind of cool. He draws like actual pictures with the candles, and they actually play out. Let me see if there's anything else here as we continue on. So I think that's it for the questions right now. If I missed anything, guys, you know, just put them back in the chat, and then I can take a look. So Jalon said, "Laugh my sell US30." Oh hell no, bro. If you want to, Jalon, you can sell it, but I'm definitely not going to sell it. Neptune said, "Laugh myself. Can't believe it's not the butter. It's not the butter pattern, right?" So we could do this right here. We could do the. If you guys want to draw the. It's funny because like if you look at the charts here, you can draw any patterns you want. Like here, let me just go to a clean chart over here. Like I swear a lot of people just make random strategies just by looking at the chart. So if you like, let me go to like US30 real quick. Like you can you can think of something and you can draw it yourself. Like for example, right here, if I wanted to create a BS strategy for you guys, I could just do that for you right now. I'll be like, all right, this is the starfish pattern, right? The one that Peter was just mentioning. You know, you got to wait for the starfish to come up and come back down. Like literally people create random strategies like this. So if you guys learn something from somebody, have them teach you live, like have them trade for you live, like what I'm doing here. And then and then see if it makes sense, right? Because you'll see people draw stuff like this and they'll be like, oh, this is the octagon pattern right here. You see this? When price breaks this part, this is where you take your sell. Like literally anyone can make any strategy that they want. And it's funny because a lot of people will believe this stuff. But yeah, other than that, let me scroll over real quick. Jeff's asking if the pivots are 3 averages. So they're a mix. It's a mixture between moving averages and a couple other factors. And they're not there's 4 pivots, not 3, Jeff. So they're different. They're not necessarily just the moving averages. They're like something else that I factor in to make them different. Because if you use a moving average, you'll see that it's not going to align exactly. Like it'll be close, but it's not going to be exact. And same with these zones here. Like these zones are support and resistance, but they're set at different parameters. Like I have my algorithm plot them at specific points. Like they're not just support and resistance at generalized areas. They're support and resistance at specific price points. So if price touches a certain price point more than twice, it becomes a zone. So there's a difference between the indicators and the plain indicators. Because if they were just plain indicators, anyone could just do this on their own, right? But they're not exactly just plain indicators. Because like a lot of people try to do this on their own, and they're good. They get close, but they're not always accurate. Like they'll find trades and they're complete losers because they don't line up with the same zones that we have here. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. All right, so let me just scroll up real quick. And I think so I'm gonna go down the list of questions here. If your question isn't on the list, just throw it in the chat and then I'll add it to the list. So we have one question for gold. It's for Mr. Igelt and Leandro. We have AUD/USD for Sam on the off the intraday 30-minute strategy. We have silver for Funke, and then we have SPX 500 for Mr. Iklet as well. So we're done looking for some scalps right now. I have an alert set so it lets me know when it reaches this point. Oh, this is what I should do. All right, so I'm going to mark up where I'm identifying liquidity. So people are probably entering their sell limits right here. I'm going to identify where I think liquidity is going to be sitting, because what's happening here is people enter their sell stops right here, and there's liquidity around this area. The next area of liquidity is going to be above here. Yeah. Step over there. That's the next area of liquidity, because this is probably where a high volume of stop losses are being placed. This is basically where everyone's putting their stop losses. And once their stop loss gets triggered, it's going to trigger liquidity and price is going to shoot up for a stop loss hunt. And if you guys have been following my analysis for the past couple of months now, past 2-3 months now, I've been going over this with you guys. So what I'm doing is that I'm identifying where people are placing their stop losses, because if they're entering shorts right here, their stop losses are generally around whole number areas. So there we go. I got those set up right there. When price reaches those areas, it's probably going to shoot up. You're going to see a rush of liquidity. So when you see price go up to this point, what's probably going to happen is price will come up. It'll wick down slightly. It'll attempt to shoot back up. Probably go sideways a bit, come back down, and then it'll probably shoot back up. When it shoots back up, it's going to hit liquidity here, and it's going to do the same thing around this area right here as well. And it's going to keep pushing up as long as sentiment is heavily short. See, people are trying to short the market because they think that it's at an all-time high, so it has to drop. That's not what's going to happen. It's probably going to keep pushing up higher. And I'm kind of tempted to enter a buy position right now. I'm going to enter a small position, like a small buy. Oh, no, I'm not going to, actually. I don't need to. There's no need for me to take these like stupid trades, like risky trades that are not necessarily good trades. But okay, I have this marked up here, so I'll keep looking at this. But you guys have already seen I've drawn these areas here. This is where I see people placing their stop losses. So there's a bunch of stop losses in this area, right here, and right here. So I'll come back to that later, but I'll go down the questions first as we continue on. All right, so let's see. The next question is going to be gold for Mr. Igelt and Yandro. So I'll pull up gold for you guys real quick. Let's see, we have gold right over here. All right, so let me delete everything off the chart, go on the 4 hour. Let me take everything off. So here's a naked chart right here. There's nothing on the chart. The first thing I do is I turn on the K2SR indicator, and then we will go off this right here. All right, so we got all these zones over here set up. Zoom out from this point. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the momentum indicator. So you guys can see we have some nicely drawn zones. Next thing I'm gonna do is turn on the momentum indicator. And from this point, we have a bullish bias. But it looks like price is coming back down. So let me look at the dollar index. If the dollar index is strong, then it's gonna indicate, where gold's probably gonna go. All right, so the dollar index is pretty messy right now. As you can see, it's a mess. It's not really going one way or the other. It's kind of just bouncing around. So I think what happened here was price was going this way. And then we had this dump after the Fed spoke. So it dumped and then it shot back up. So now it's back to where it originally was, right? So if you look at this area here, before that dump, price just basically what happened was price just went back to where it originally was before the drop happened, right? So it's just back in the area where it was right here. So at this point, price can, price can either go this way or it can go this way, right? It can go either way. But it looks like, it's probably going to be bullish because it's just going to swing back after this dump right here from yesterday. So with that said, we probably have a sell bias here if that becomes the case, just depending on where the DXY goes. If the DXY goes up, then gold goes down. If the DXY goes down, gold goes up, right? So like for this here, we have a rejection from this point. We're just waiting for a sell signal now. So we have rejection from this point. We're just waiting for that sell signal to close right here. If we get a sell signal down here, similar to what happened here, right? Rejection, sell signal, it ends up dropping down here, right? That's kind of what I see happening here for gold. If we have this rejection, if we have a sell signal that closes like this right here, we have about 1 hour and 18 left on this candle. So if that closes right there, we expect it to come back down further. So I personally have a sell bias for gold. The reason is that, see the pending sell signal right there? We just need that to close. We need that sell signal to close, and then we could possibly enter that sell right there and then write it down to that structure right there. So that's pretty much my analysis for gold on the 4 hour. But like I mentioned, you have to wait for this candle to actually close. We still have 1 hour and 18 left on this candle, so there's not really much for us to do until then. But I would keep an eye on it and see if this candle right here closes. If this does, take that sell, and then you can write it down to this structure right here where, it would have hit full TP like right here. Right? So yeah, just keep that in mind for gold. Other than that, let me go on to the next one, or let me go back to US 30. So it looks like US 30 is trying to push that liquidity right there, guys. So nice work, man. So like I'm just seeing Great Awakener. He said, still holding. Thank you for the awesome calls. Yeah, so Great Awakener, he actually took my call from down here. I called a buy from down here. So he's in profit like 1,400 pips right now. He's killing it, man. He's like on point with it. It's probably going to keep pushing up, Great Awakener. I think once it reaches this point right here, this is where liquidity is. So when it reaches this point, you could probably expect it to either shoot up higher or reject off this point before shooting back up even higher. Because sentiment is still super high. If sentiment remains, if there's a lot of short sellers here, it's probably going to keep pushing up. I still don't understand. I don't get why people keep selling US 30. People have been selling US 30 since like March 14th. And check this out. If you were selling it at March 14th, you would have got burnt hello down here from like right here all the way up here. This is like 50. What is this? This is like 500. So it's about 5,000 pips. So if you've been selling it from here, and people have been selling it from here, or actually it's like from way down here, from the 12th or the 8th actually, I think from like 2 weeks ago, people have been selling US 30 thinking it's going to drop, and it just keeps doing the opposite. It just keeps pushing up higher and higher. So hopefully you guys aren't trading like everyone else, right? Because if you're a retail trader and you keep trading like this, you're going to keep losing money. So while they're losing money, we're making money. You guys don't want to trade like everyone else. You guys want to trade a little different. But okay, so that's it for that. Let me see if there's anything else here that I need to look at. The next question is odd NZD from Sam on the 30-minute. So I'll go on this clean chart over here. I'll go over to the 30-minute, look at odd NZD over here. All right, so I got the trend meter down there, momentum signal right here. So let's see. So Sam mentioned this right here using the the intraday strategy. So looking at this right here, right, 35 is the good spot for that. So Sam, this looks pretty decent for me so far. One thing that I would want to look at is the zones, because one thing you want to be careful of is if you're getting near a zone, you might get caught in some rejection. So this is the intraday strategy. We just match up momentum with the trend. So momentum swinging up, the trend is up. So it's a no-brainer to take a buy, right? And that's basically what Sam did here. So let me just check to make sure there's no zones that are above. All right, so Sam right here, if price ends up closing above the zone, so Sam, just keep this in mind, okay? Just keep a mental note for this right here. So if price ends up closing above this zone, which is at 1.08277, if price closes above there in the next hour, then it's probably going to hit your full TP. So if it breaks above there, then I think you should be in the clear. But this is going to be important that price breaks above this structure. If price breaks above this structure, you can anticipate price to push up even higher to your full TP. So just keep that in mind, Sam, if you're looking at this, right? Price is currently above it on the 30-minute, but the main key is the 4-hour. This is going to be the deciding factor whether it continues pushing or whether it drops back down. Because you can see right here, it tried to break above it and it failed and it ended up dropping, right? So this is a strong zone right here. So as long as it closes above here, you should be good to go, Sam. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. So let me see if there's anything else real quick before we continue on. All right, so that's good with that right there, Sam. Hopefully that helps. But that was definitely a good trade that you identified there. Using the intraday strategy. I think you're one of the few people that still use it. But obviously, as you can see here, it still works perfectly fine. Like even over here, see, this is the same strategy that Sam is applying. So for example, right here, we had a bullish momentum. The trend meter is green. If you took that right there, that would have been down here for about 22 pips. So if you did that right there, you took that position, full TP, right? So this strategy still works. It's just a lot of people don't really use it anymore because people are more focused on the scalps, which is fine. It's just up to your trading style. But yeah, Sam, just keep an eye on that to make sure that it closes above that price point right there. Yeah, exactly. So I would have been worried about this right here too, Sam, but you probably made the good decision of entering it. This zone right here is a strong zone, so just keep that in mind. But I think you should be good for the most part. All right, cool. So back to US 30. Damn, it's pushing up to that liquidity zone right there. I'm like so tempted to enter a buy and just scalp it up a little bit, but nah, it's just too risky. I don't want to like take trades that are like I don't want to force any trades, right? That's the main thing that I always tell you guys. Don't force any trades. No matter how good it looks, if it doesn't fit your requirements, don't enter the trade. Just make sure that it fits your requirements before you take it, because the last thing you want to do is enter a trade and it reverses on you like as soon as you enter it. But all right, so that's it for those questions there. Let me see. The next question is silver for Funky or Funky. Sorry, Funky. I keep calling you Funky still. I'm still used to calling you that. But give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna take a real quick break. I'm gonna go grab something to drink, and then I'll be right back. So give me about a few minutes, like 2 minutes. I'll be right back, or 3 minutes, 5 minutes, who knows. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's see, what do we got over here? So yeah, US 30 is still pushing up to liquidity, like I mentioned, right? Look at that. See that big bullish push? Once it reaches that price point, it's probably going to push up from there as we continue. So let me see if there's anything else that I missed before we before we continue on. Let's see the questions over here. Lloyd said, how do you go about selecting your Forex pairs for the session, Shawn? I already had my Forex pairs for a while now. I don't necessarily go off session. I trade them all day. So I don't focus on just one during each session. I trade, if I see an entry, I'll take them if they're there. I don't necessarily just focus on like one session because I trade all throughout the day. So I don't necessarily, I have a watch list here. Like the whole watch list here that's on the website. You guys can copy my watch list. So if you guys want to copy my watch list here, just go on the K² website. You don't have to pay for it. It's completely free. Just go on the website, click on, unlock your free access. And then let me see if I can pull it up here. So once you go on the website, let me see if I can log into the website real quick. Yeah, once you go on the website, you just go here to K² watch list, and then you can download my watch list here. So you just click K² watch list right here, and then once you click on that, you go on Trading View, and then you just upload it right here, and then you can have my watch list. But Lloyd, I don't look at anything specific. I have a watch list where I have all of the pairs that have tight spreads. Because that's the main key, guys. The main key is finding something with a tight spread. If your spread's too wide, I mean, like if it's too wide and it's too, it's just like it doesn't move very much. Because like there's a lot of pairs that you can trade. These pairs are actually volatile. They actually move, and their spreads aren't too wide, so you can actually make profit off them. So if you want to download my watch list, it's free. Just go on the website, and then you can have everything here. It has all my Forex pairs. It has all the indices that I follow, the quantities, and a couple cryptos down here that people look at. See, Lloyd said almost at 50 pip TP from that all-time high. Yeah, exactly. So it's almost there, guys. This is what I meant, right? When price reached this area right here, this is also an area of liquidity. So you can see that price broke right through it, and then now it's pushing up to the next area right there. So basically off this point, we're just waiting for this to reach that area up there. Once it reaches that area, then we can start looking at it from that point. Yeah, exactly. That would be this would be the first stop loss, right? Because I reverse engineered it. I figured that people were going to enter sells right here, and as soon as they enter sells, this is where their stop loss is going to be. So it's going to trigger their stop loss, probably come down a little bit, and then shoot up higher. So I'm sure it's going to play out like I mentioned. We just got to be, just got to be a little patient with it. Nice. Rick sent me his profits. Let's see what you made today, Rick. Nice. So Rick over here locked in 1,000 off that, almost off the TUS 30s. So nice work, Rick. Congrats to everybody in K2 who's been killing it with us so far today. Like I mentioned, there's literally like no reason why anyone should be in the negative right now. That it's funny when a chef sends this, he always sends this gift right here of this guy. Let me show you real quick. Chef always sends this gif of this dude out here dancing. I love his strategy. He always does that dancing gif. I think he was sending that yesterday too. But yeah, nice work for everybody over here. I mean, it's been great. I'm just looking at everyone's profits for the day. And this is probably like what makes me the happiest, guys. When I see everyone else profiting, because you'll see other groups where you see like one person profiting, right? It's like one person that runs a group. He's the only person profiting. But you look here at K2, everyone's killing it. Rick over here made about 1,000 off that. Robert made about 800. Patricia made 2,700. Henry made a couple $100 right there. Kenton over here, a couple $100 as well. Jasmine made about 264. And you guys can see these are all different people. It's not just one person. Promise over here made 1,288. Jalon made about a couple thousand here, bro. You made like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Dude, you made almost 5,000, Jalon, this morning. Morgan Trader, he made about a couple $100 there. C-Stook made about 970. his other account 747. Larishna made about 165. So you can see here, like their names right here. Steven over here locked in 823. Alan made about 2,000 off that. Sam made about 2,000, about 3,000 off this. So great work by everyone here. Man, everyone's crazy. Like Jonathan over here made 1,000. Sam again on his other account. Roland over here 2,000. So you guys can see everyone here is making at least 1,000 to 2,000 minimum today with us on this live session. Just copying my trades, like copying what I'm doing and telling you guys. Cam over here made 1,034 or 1,342 actually. Jeremiah over here made 721. So it's been a great day. It's been a great week. It's been a great year. It's been a great everything for us here at K2. So, you know, props to everyone who's here, everyone who's trusted me with these trades, because, you know, whoever's been here and who's been trusting me with these trades you guys have been eating like all year, like not just this year, but last year too. Last year was great as well. We've been having a great back-to-back year so far. So let's see. Nice. CJ says, my first week in K2 Premium, about to quit my job. Nice, bro. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Yeah, that's what I like to see, guys. There's a couple people. I think there's like 5 people in K2 that are like planning on quitting their jobs like within the next couple of weeks, because it just doesn't really make it just doesn't make sense. You know, we're over here. It's only 8 o'clock. Like before people even make it to their 9 to 5. You know, people have their 9 to 5 jobs. It's only 8 o'clock right now, and we already locked in about like everyone locked in like at least 1,000, 2,000 each for this right here. As Jasmine said, she's about to quit hers too. Ari's asking, how much is your VIP chat? So depending on what you're looking for, if you want to learn the strategy and apply this like everyone else, then there's different options. Just go on the website here, k2trades.com. The signals will be right here, and the strategy course will be right here. So depending on what you're looking for, there are 2 different options. Or if you just want to join the free group, it's right here for your free access. So there's 3 options here for you. It just depends on what you're looking for. The other Jasmine's asking, Jasmine McKay's actually asking, any more trades for US 30? So possibly, if we, or I don't know, we'll see. I don't think it's going to come down though. So like, in order for us to get more scalps, we need price to come down, test the structure, and pivot down here. But that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Like down here. So this is probably not going to happen anytime soon. So there might not be any scalps, but there's like a speculative move here that people can take if, like, you know, if you really wanted to, because what I mentioned was we have these little areas over here, liquidity, that I've marked up. So you can see price is still pushing up, right? This is where people have their stop losses. So when price reaches this area, it's probably gonna either push up or it's gonna reject back down slightly. But I'm not gonna take this trade. I don't take these risky trades. Like, I'll mark these up for you and I'll give you guys my analysis, but I don't take trades that I'm not 100% about. This is just speculation right here, because this is just where I'm guessing where the stop losses are. But I'm probably gonna be right, because this is what we did last week and it worked out perfectly. So this is what we're looking for here. But other than that, Jasmine, I don't think we see anything coming up just yet. If we do see something, I'll let you guys know, but I'll still be watching for it. You know, meanwhile. Anyways, let me see if there's anything else here real quick. All right. So other than that, yeah, if you guys send me some emails this morning, I haven't looked at any of the emails just yet. So I do see that I have a bunch of emails right here right now, but I don't have them. I haven't responded to anyone yet. So if you guys send me an email or if you guys send me a message on Telegram, I haven't gotten to any of those yet, but I'll definitely be looking over once we check out what we're looking at here. Anyways, let me go down the chat real quick. So Jasmine's asking about SPX. So I'll take a look at SPX next. I still have one more. I have to look at silver for Funke, and I'll have SPX for you guys after. Donatello's asking, hello, Shawn, can you share your computer setup? I just have an iMac Pro, and then I have a second monitor right here. So, I mean, I don't know, like, what else is if you look at my, you go on my Instagram channel, Donatello, because I've live streamed my setup before. So let me see if I could send it for you real quick. So Donatello, if you go to yeah, if you go on the Instagram, so here I'll just type the website, Instagram.com/K2 Trades. Yeah, if you go on the live session, I used to have a camera that was back here and it would live stream my screen. So you can see my setup here, but I don't really have much. It's a basic setup. It's just an iMac Pro. Like I have this is what I got. I just have an iMac Pro and that's about it. And I have another screen next to me. So I got this right here. This is the computer I'm using. This is my main screen right here. I have my iMac Pro right here, and then I have a little monitor right here on this side, but that's pretty much it. I got a normal iMac Pro keyboard. I don't know what else is there. And then I got my my Blue Yeti mic right here. So that's I keep it simple. You know, it's just the same with my trading. Like I keep the trading simple. It's just like 2 requirements that we follow. And that's all you really need. You know, a lot of people like to have like a million screens, which is cool. I would like to have a million screens on my wall right here, or you know, my opening, but it's not really necessary. Yeah, it's not really necessary because I like to focus on one thing. So that's why I have like my screen right in front of me. I just have this big iMac Pro screen, and that's all I'm looking at. Because if you have too many screens, you're looking at too many things. You get distracted. You miss trades. It's just, you know, it's all bad. But anyways, going back to US 30 right here, guys, once it reaches this point, we'll see what happens. But this is exactly where I marked this up. So if you guys want to see my analysis for this, you guys can rewind the replay. And I drew these zones right here because this is where I see the stop losses being placed for the sellers. So that's where liquidity is going to be sitting. And this is what they mean by stop loss hunt. If you see a stop loss hunt, it's when price keeps on going down here, and then it just keeps triggering more and more stop losses as it goes on. But we'll see. I don't think it's going to push all the way up here, but I just drew this for, you know, just for demonstrational purposes. But anyways, I'll just go back to the next question. The next question was silver by Funke. So let me go to silver real quick. Let's see, delete this. Go over to silver. All right, Funke. So let me analyze this for you. Zoom out from this point. Go back from here. Let's run the K2SRs. And then we will check this out. Let me see. Make sure these zones are proper. Yeah, they crossed over, so they're good. It's a big zone right there, actually. And then we have this lower zone down here. So yeah, other than that, so Funky, this is what I have for silver right here. It's just consolidating within these 2 zones right here. I'm gonna turn on the momentum indicator. And obviously we have a sell bias right here. So with that said, you know, as long as we don't get a buy signal, then I see this coming down from here, Funky. So this is basically what I see happening with silver right here. It's consolidating, but it has a bearish bias. So like, for example, right here, this is why I see this coming down, because we have a sell signal right here. Price swung up, then it broke like below the structure right here. So with that said, I would identify this as a sell entry right here to this next structure down here. So that's pretty much what I see happening for silver. All right, so next up we have SPX. So let me pull up SPX for the scalps. Wow, look at it push up. All right, guys, so it's pushing up to where I just mentioned. It's about to hit everyone's stop loss for whoever entered a short. Hopefully you guys weren't trading like the sheep over here, entering the short as everyone else. So you guys will probably see this. See how it's 76%? When price reaches like this area up here, you're going to see this number decrease because everyone's going to get stopped out. Like whoever's short the market right now, their stop losses are in this area because I identify that specific price point. So with that said, these people are probably going to get kicked out of this trade. But anyways, let me go to SPX for you guys real quick. So looking at the SPX right here, let me just draw the zones real quick. there. So guys, if you guys have any other profits that you guys want me to share, make sure to send them over to me today before like lunch, because I'm going to be posting everyone's profits around that time. But it's fine. If you guys send your profits late, I will, I'll send another wave probably tonight if like more people make more profit in the afternoon session. So we'll see what this is doing right here. That right there. All right, cool. So here we go with SPX. Let me just turn this off. All right, yeah. So there's a couple buy entries right here, Jasmine. This is kind of what you saw, and this is what I see as well. Looks like the first entry is actually down here. So the first entry started right there for a long position. So if you took this down here, actually there's a whole bunch. So there's a lot of buy entries right here, actually, Jasmine. So this is definitely a good buy because there's all these buy entries right here, all these wicks, and there's also a whole bunch down here as well. So there's a whole bunch of buy entries that played out down here, Jasmine. It looks like these might have hit full TP already. If that was the, if this was the case, like for example, over here, if you entered, my bad. I took off the wrong thing. There we go. So yeah, looking at this over here, this this right here, there's a couple entries. So the first one I guess started right here. This is the very first one, this green one right here. So if you took that trade right there, Jasmine, it looks like you would have hit your full TP already, 95. That's a lot. Looks like you would have hit full TP off that. And then again right here, if you took this next green one, I mean, that would have been another full TP right there as well, right? So there's a lot of TPs here that have been getting hit. The most recent one probably be this one right here that's technically still active. So yeah, so Jasmine, this one's still running right now, and it's probably going to hit its full TP as we speak. So now I'm kind of tempted to enter this freaking US 30 because it looks like it's going to keep pushing up. I'm probably going to take a small position. All right, so I took a small position, just like a little buy. Oh, I took a small one and it just shot up and I made a bunch of profit off that already. So there's the liquidity I was talking about, guys, right? Price hit liquidity right here. It did exactly what I said, right? People entered shorts right here. It did the opposite. It went up. People entered shorts, hit their stop loss right here. It's going to hit liquidity. It's going to probably push up even higher. So I entered that trade. I'm in profit about $100 right now. I took a small lot size, just a 2 lot on my normal 5 because it's not an entry that I really feel comfortable with. But yeah, let me see if I could find out where I want to put my stop loss at. 33,160. All right, I'm gonna put no TP, just stop 33,160. Because this is just a speculative trade. I'm not really planning on like really holding it for that long. So there you go. It hit liquidity, guys. It's probably gonna push up to the next structure up there. Not structure, but the next stop loss area that I marked above there earlier. So Rick, I think you're still in this trade, right? Rick, you should be in profit like, oh, nice. Okay, so he's sending his profits right here. Nice. Great work, Rick. So Rick, he recovered from those losses earlier. He took a couple losses this morning and he recovered real nicely. He went from negative 800 to now positive 900. So damn, if you had this together, Rick, you would have been in positive. You would have been like 1,600 to 1,800 in profit if you didn't, eat any of those losses right there. But yeah, definitely nice work, Rick. That's a really good recovery there. That's what you got to do. You got to keep your head up and you got to keep pushing for it, even if you have some losses in the beginning. So nice work with that. Now it's continuing to push up even higher because it did hit some liquidity right here. I think once it reaches 10, it's going to be a little risky though. So I might pull out at some point because that's probably when the market's going to start to swing back a bit. But we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, that's about it for that. I look at SPX. I think we're done with the questions. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm probably going to get off this session in about 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, so Lloyd had that right there. So Lloyd was like, 2 more minutes till this TP, and TP go boom. So yeah, Lloyd, it looks like your TP would have hit if you took that little, little thing that I marked up right here, right? Because price went well above it right there. And it's probably going to keep pushing up. So like I mentioned, at this point, I think the market's going on a stop loss hunt. It's going to end up pushing up to this point right here as well. So we'll see. We'll see. I took a small lot size, so I'm not really. I just wanted to join in on this fun because you guys are all hyping it up. You guys are making profit off it, so I just want to join in with you guys and see what's what's really going on with this over here. Nice. So Funky took that, or Funky. Sorry, Funky. I'm gonna keep calling you that. Funky over here took some gold trades. She locked in about 27 bucks off that. Nice. So she's scalping this on her own. She's killing it. She's on point. So nice work, Funke. You're bouncing back from the confusion earlier, right? You're getting it down pretty nicely. So Funke locked in about 27 bucks off that, 27 GBP. So that's probably like 40 bucks USD, which is pretty good. All right, nice. So nice work between you guys here. See if there's anything else that I'm missing. CJ said, hey, Shawn, I know you said earlier not to trade NASDAQ 100 right now while it's ranging, but I've been scalping the wave up and down. K2's a goat. Nice. Oh, man, Awakener, you're still in this trade, right? So Awakener, so if you guys see the YouTube chat, Awakener took my trade that I called way down here. So this dude's up like, man, you're up like almost 2,000 pips for the day, Awakener. Because Awakener said, we up right now. We up right now. Definitely, 100%. So great work, man. Glad to see everyone profiting off that. So let me see what else we got over here real quick before I continue. Billy's asking, was there a daily entry for US 30? I don't think so. No, there wasn't. So Billy, the opening candle is right here at 6:30. There hasn't been a signal after that, so there's no daily entry for the US 30 today. Yeah, this thing's pushing up pretty nice. Oh man, it's gonna keep pushing up higher and higher. All right, let's see where this ends up playing out. I'm up about 200 bucks. I'm probably gonna hold on to it for a little bit, or I might close it out. I don't like holding it past 10 because that's usually where the market starts to act a little funky. So I'm gonna close it right now. There you go. So I'm out of that trade, guys. So we made a ton of profit today, guys. Hopefully you guys have been copying all my trades because I made some massive profits this whole week. So I'll show you guys. We'll do a subtotal of all the profits again in a little bit. I wish I took a bigger lot size. I only took a 2 lot, so I only made like 200 bucks off that trade, which is all good. I'm not complaining about 200 bucks. But here, let me see if there's anything else here. So yeah, CJ was mentioning NASDAQ. So let me go back to the NASDAQ that we were looking at earlier. Just be careful now, guys, because we're getting close to 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is usually when the market starts to reverse. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are in this buy right here, keep your stop losses tight or just exit and profit if you guys don't feel comfortable. If you guys want to hang on to it, feel free. But I'm just warning you guys now that the market might reverse as we get closer to midway. So anyways, going back to the US NASDAQ 100. Yeah, this is oh, so you were scalping on the 1 minute, CJ. So CJ was messing with this on the 1 minute. Let me go over to the 1 minute and see what you were doing down there. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, for sure. So CJ was hitting this on the 1 minute right here. Looks like he caught a couple trades over here, maybe. Yeah, depending on how you were taking these trades, it looks like you could have locked in some solid profits off this. CJ, it looks like, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity here, right? It just depends on what you're looking for. So if it fits your requirements, you can take the trade. But like I mentioned, it's really what you're looking for. Lots and lots of choppiness right here. But like you said, you were doing this on the 1 minute, so it's kind of relevant if it's choppy or not, because you're able to catch these little moves here and there. Let's see. So this looks good over here real quick. All right, yeah, so looking at this right here, looks like you caught a couple trades over here, CJ. Let's see. So you probably caught this buy down here, or these 2 buys right here. Maybe this buy right here, possibly. So if you took a couple of these, let's see, so it's only like 8 something. If you took these buys in both directions, because there's a whole bunch here, looks like if you took a sell here, so you took a sell right here, full TP, that's a lot of pips to 187. You would have profited off that. You took a buy right here, another 180 pips, another buy up here, another 180 pips. So yeah, that's probably what you did right there, CJ. Just by like, you know, taking a little bird's eye view. I personally don't like messing with it when it's moving like this, but if you made profit with it, that's all that matters. All I care about is you guys making profit, because that's the key here. You know, I want all you guys to be successful. I want all you guys to kill it. And then I'll show you guys my total profits for today so far, or for this week so far. So like, here's for the day. I'll go backwards. So like right here on the 18th, you see I took 4 trades, 1, 2, 3, 4 today with you guys here on the live session. And we'll just go from bottom to top. So right here, I made 147 off that. I made 45 off that. I made 245 off that. And then the bigger win earlier this morning, 2,767 and 50 cents. So for just today on the 18th, just these 4 trades, I locked in about 3,204 and 50 cents. And that's just with these live trades that I took with you guys here live this morning. So you guys can see we're on the hot streak today, all wins. I mean, for this whole week, actually. So from there, I'll add on the other trades right here. So again, right here, plus 1,292 plus 50, 249 plus 117 plus 845 plus 1,295 plus 922.50. So for this week so far, just from the live session, these are just the live trades that I'm taking with you guys here on the live session. This week so far, I'm in profit about 8,000, so 7,925 and 50 cents. Maybe I should go try to lock in another 100 to bump that up to 8,000. So these are my profits with you guys this week. We did pretty well so far, and we haven't had any losses Monday till today. So this is what I mean about taking quality trades, guys. If you guys take quality trades and don't take something that's too risky, you know, you guys can see what's possible here. And then this is my 200K challenge, because the FTMO released a new 200K. So I have 100K funded. So I divide this by half, because it's half the account size. So for my funded account, this is what my payout's looking like for the week, about 4,000, which is not that bad. You know, and I've been trading pretty conservatively, nothing too crazy. So we add this plus the 792.5.50. So in total for the week, plus my, this is just my FTMO. For my FTMO, I made about 11,888. And then my personal account as well, I made about 1,000 off that. So it's probably around like 12,000 for the week. So you guys can see what's possible here if you guys trade with K2. But this isn't even the crazy part. The crazy part is everyone else in K2's profits, right? So here's Funky's profits. She made 46 off that. Here's Roland over here. He made another 2,000 bucks. So like for the day, Roland made 2,000. So you guys can see here, I'm not the only one profiting, but yeah, going back over here, look at this right here. This is Patricia said, other account done, turning off her computer. So she made 2,447. This is her personal account on Hugo's Way. You can tell because it doesn't have a .cash after the US 30. So, you know, just taking these trades with us this morning, she has one account where she made 2,547. And then she has her other account right here, her other Hugo's Way account, where she made 3,220. So nice work, Patricia. Nice work to everybody. You know, everyone's killing it over here. You can see that Patricia actually made more profit than me. She made about 3,000 something. And looking over here, you can see that there's people here that are making way more profit than me. So like, let's look at everyone else over here as well. Let me see, where's Cheryl? Like Cheryl over here, dude, she's locking in some crazy amount. 5,000 for the day, 3,000 for the day, 2,000 for the day. So you can see other people here in K2 are making way more profit than me, which is fine. You know, I just want to make sure everyone here is locking in profit. That's the main key. Main key is for me to make sure that you guys are profiting, because when you guys are profiting, I'm profiting, we're all profiting. So that's that for right now. Anyways, let me go back to what we were looking at over here. Here's US 30 that we were looking at. Like I mentioned, it's still going to be stuck around that area. And then other than that, let me check the chat real quick to see if I'm missing anything over here. David said, man, this works just for the birds. Shawn, want to fund me? Exactly right. Nice. Donatello said, I just made 147 following your last trade. Nice work, bro. Congrats, man. I like seeing everyone here because there's a lot of people here that are not in K2. Like there's a lot of people who are just joining this live stream. Like they see me on YouTube and they join the live stream and they start making money just watching me trade. Because it's really not that difficult, guys. If I tell you guys to buy, you guys buy. If I tell you I'm exiting, exit. It's not that difficult. Anyways, let me scroll up real quick. John Defer said, new here, followed your trades today. Very, very nicely done. Impressed. Yeah, definitely. Glad to see that, John. All right, Ari wants me to take a look at gold. So I already have gold marked up. I'll just pull it up for you again real quick. So here, Ari, I already looked at gold earlier. So I'll just show you the same chart that we marked up this session. So here's gold. I'm not going to do it from scratch again because there's like no point because we already drew this up. So if you've seen my other analysis, it's the same thing. I drew the zones and then identified momentum. So looking at gold right now, it still has a sell bias. So for this right here, I wouldn't take this buy until we have a buy signal. Let me just take this off the chart. So looking at gold right here, we have a pending invalid sell signal, right? But in order for me to take a buy or for my bias to change here, we would need a buy signal to close it past this. So like looking at this here, we have, if this closes, this is still a sell confirmation. So what happened here basically was we had a rejection from this point, price broke structure. Now it's retesting, right? So it's retesting this structure right here. What could happen after this is this can drop right back down. So I wouldn't necessarily take a buy just because you see a green candle right here. I mean, unless your analysis fills it, or if you have a chart you can send, like if you have some sort of analysis we can look at, I can look at your analysis and see what you see and then compare it to what I'm seeing here. But I still have a sell bias off this. See, the dollar index is dropping right now. So I think this might be temporary. I'm not sure how much it's going to be dropping, but we'll see. This is going to be the main deciding factor here. If the dollar keeps dropping, then gold's going to keep pushing up. So I don't necessarily have a bias right now for gold. What I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for this to react off this structure. So if price ends up rejecting off the structure, then I would take a sell. However, if price ends up pushing above here and we get a buy signal, then the bias is going to change. Bias is going to go from a sell to a buy. But if this closes with the sell signal right here, even though it's invalid, this can still, reject off this point over here. So it just really depends on like where it's going to move, right? There's no bias right now. Price is just consolidating within the zone right here. So price is just going sideways right here. And until we get price to break above here or break below here, that's when you can confirm whether you're going to take a buy or whether you're going to take a sell. But I wouldn't just hop into a buy with no analysis. Like you would have to analyze it somewhere, like one way or another. But for me personally right here, I don't see anything here that's available in my perspective. So unless you have a chart, or you can send it over to me and I can take a look. But if not, I would just sit tight. I would not trade gold right now because this could go either way. This can easily go up or it can go down. Last thing you want to do is enter a buy and it ends up dropping, or enter a sell, it ends up shooting up, right? So you want to wait for that confirmation because right now it's at this structure right here. Price can do anything at that point. So I would hold off on gold. If you guys see something there, then take it. If not, then you can just wait off. So other than that, let me see. Let's see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any other profits that you guys want me to post up or to share, just send them over to me. I'll be sending these profits in a bit. Like once I get to the other session. Like once this session closes, I'm going to post up everyone's profits. And then if you guys send me your profits late, then I'll probably just save them for later for the afternoon session. But for now, we will probably be, holding off on this. go back. Looks like it's going to hit the liquidity again right here. So it'll probably hit liquidity and it'll keep pushing up. Yep, there we go. It's pushing up right now as we speak. All right, let me check real quick if I miss anything else before we continue on. Vinicius said, Shawn, can you take a look at at his Brazilian index before you leave? Scalps on the 10-minute. All right, so let me pull up your thing again. Vinicius, you said a WinJ, yeah, WinJ 221. Check this out for you real quick, Vinicius. So I don't see anything on my chart right now. It looks like, or actually, yeah, there's an entry right here. So this was an entry that happened earlier. I don't know if this is what you caught, Vinicius. Maybe it was. But for this red candle right here, there was a buy signal. So for this red candle right here, there was a rejection off the pivot in the structure, this red pivot and off the structure. So if this is the one that you took, this would have been a long position right there. And it looks like it should have hit your TP already, Vinicius. I don't see any new ones right now, but this is the one that I did see. And this is, you know, this would have went straight to TP. So this would have been a great trade if this is the one that you took, Vinicius. Other than that, I don't really see anything right now. I just turn on the zones. So nothing currently, but I mean, if there's a zone that's like, say, for example, if a zone opens around this area, you can take another buy. But I currently don't see anything on my end right now. There's actually a lot of good entries here. I don't know if you caught all of these, Vinicius, but it looks like there was another one like right here. Let's see this real quick. So another one right here where we have the rejection off the pivot and structure right here for 2 entries, this red candle and this green candle. If you took that entry right there, looks like you would have hit your full TP as well. No drawdown, straight to TP. So this is pretty good for the most part. So look pretty solid off this, Vinicius. I'm not sure if you see a different one here, but this is the last entry that I saw right here. It was about 6:40 a.m., about 3 hours ago. Not sure if you caught that, but if you did, looks like you would have hit your TP already. All right, let me see if there's anything else here real quick before we continue. Manifest Forex said, how can I contact you directly on Twitter? I'm not on Twitter. You can contact me on Telegram. You can contact me on Instagram. You can contact me on email. It's just Shawn at k2trades.com. Or you can contact me on the website, Manifest. I don't really go on Twitter. I think we have a Twitter, but I haven't gone on that Twitter in like a long time. It was when we had other people on the team that was running the Twitter for social media, but we just never really went on Twitter. I mean, Twitter's kind of dead. Do people still use Twitter? I haven't really seen people use Twitter anymore. I thought that kind of died out. That's why I stopped using it, because nobody was really on it. So I don't necessarily go on Twitter. I don't even know how to use Twitter. So if you want to message me, Manifest, you can message me on Telegram, the website, Instagram, or on our website at k2trades.com. There's a contact button over here if you want to contact me directly. Manifest said, will you reply private message? I mean, of course, if you send me a message, I'm going to reply. I'm not just going to ignore your message, but I'm not on Twitter. So if you send me a message on Twitter, I'm not going to get to it. Yeah, you can send me on IG. Just make sure it's not a scammy message. Cause if you're trying to, cause I get messages from people all the time. So I'm not sure where you're from, Manifest. Like if you're trying to do some type of partnership with me, like if you look at my inbox here, I got like 100 messages from people trying to partner with K2. So I just want to make sure that you're not trying to sell me something. Yeah. Also OnlyFans, like David mentioned. Manifest, let me see. I don't have any message from you here, Manifest. You probably messaged the wrong person. Are you sure you messaged the right person? What's your username on look, Manifest, I've opened up your name right here at Manifest Work. I have no messages from you. So I never got a message from you. You probably messaged the wrong person. Because this is you right here, right? Manifest Work. I saw you in the K2 Trades chat. I just don't see any messages from you here. The last message you sent was like a month ago. Yeah, Manifest, you didn't, you didn't message me, bro. Like this is you right here, right? Manifest work. The last time you messaged in the group was on February 18, 2020. So you messaged about a month ago. I went to your name here. You never sent me a message. So you probably sent it to someone else. I'm not sure if you're there's only one person here. If you look at the owners here, like look at the thing here. You look at the member here, it says owner, right? Shawn K2. So you probably sent it to the wrong person because I obviously didn't get a message from you. So I don't know, maybe check your Telegram. Maybe your Telegram is not sending it to the right person, but I don't have anything from you. So I don't know if you want to message me. I haven't. Yeah, exactly. They want me. Yeah, there's so many people that they're like begging me like, hey, Shawn, can I connect my copier to your trades? I'm like, nah, bro, why would I do that? Sorry, Manifest. I'm like confused with what you're saying because above you said you messaged me. Then on the bottom you said you can't message me, but you said you messaged me. So I don't know. Yeah, just send me a message on Instagram if that works. But I mean, I haven't gotten a message from you on Telegram. So if you want to message me on any other platform, I mean, you can message me through email, you can message me through Instagram, you can message me through anything. Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to sell me something, or you want me to trade for you or manage your account. Oh man. Yeah, Manifest. If you're trying to send me a business proposal or you want me to like share your broker or something, like don't even bother, bro. Because if you do that, I'm just gonna block you. Like, I'm not trying to like I don't need to work with other people because I could trade myself. You know, I don't need to promote any of your groups or any of your other stuff like that. So just want to keep that in put that out there because I get a lot of messages from people for that specifically. Oh my god, Manifest said IG will do right. Just promise you will answer. Well, I could answer if you would message me, bro. All right, Manifest, you can do what you want. If I message you, I message you. If I don't, then I don't. You know, it just depends on what you're asking me on there. Because if you're gonna try to sell me something, or if you're gonna try to have me promote your group or something like that, I'm not gonna do it. So I'm just gonna let you know up front. If you're trying to propose some kind of business proposal, I'm just not gonna even open your message. So I'll just keep that in mind. Where are these questions coming from, Manifest? You've been in the group for a long time. So Manifest asking if I only trade US 30. Manifest, I looked you up in the group over here. Like you've been here since February. I send different trades, not just US 30. I send so many trades here. So I don't know where all these questions are coming from, Manifest, but I feel like you're trying to do something scammy. So all right. Well, send the message then, Manifest. You keep telling me you're gonna message me, but you're not sending any message. You're typing on YouTube. All right, whatever. I'm not gonna respond to any of your questions here, Manifest. If you want to send me a message, send me a message. If you don't, then don't send me a message. But I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you on here. Let me see what else we got over here. So is there anything else? Sorry guys, like the chat got flooded right now. So if you guys have any questions that I missed, you guys can send it over to me, but I am kind of look, Manifest, if you want to ask me a question, you can just ask me on here. You're already asking me questions on here. I don't understand why you can't just ask me on the YouTube. Like you're gonna go all the way to Instagram to ask me a question when you can just ask it right here. I mean, if you want to learn Manifest, it's a simple fix. Go on the website, k2trades.com, click on free access. Like, I don't want to see an excuse that you don't have any money because free is free. So if free is too cheap for you, then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But if you want to learn, you can learn here. Anyways, all right. So I'm going to keep going through the, see, this is why I exited the trade, guys. Remember how I mentioned, like, once it gets close to 10 a.m., it starts to go the opposite way. This is why we don't, This is why I exited the trade and why I don't like to trade after 10 a.m. So once it reaches 10 a.m., this is why I go offline around this time, because price ends up reversing from this point. So hopefully you guys moved your stop loss and profit. You know, we were talking about this earlier, about you guys moving your stop loss and profit to get out of this position. And I'm glad I closed out. Like I made like 200 bucks off that, which is cool, because it, you know, obviously this wouldn't have ended well if I ended up holding on to it. So we look good. So it looks good so far on here. But yeah, Manifest, if you have questions, just put your question here. Cause I mean, if you're not going to send a message, I mean, I'm looking at my Instagram right now. I don't have any messages from you. So you're probably better off just asking your questions on here, because I'm probably not going to get to your question if you never send it to me. All right. Anyways, I'm going to go back to this real quick, see if there's anything else for us to look at before I log off for the day. So let me see real quick. Yeah, Mandra. So Mandra said there was a fake Shawn K² profile out there. So yeah, guys, just you know, make sure you're sending it to the right person. If you're sending it to me, my actual name is at K2.trades. I mean at K2_trades. Don't send it to anyone else. Make sure you're sending it to the right person. Okay, let me check this real quick. Yeah, what Donatello said right there. So Donatello actually confirmed what I just said right now. He said, Shawn said, do not enter US 30 after 10 a.m. It's about to reverse. And that's exactly what happened right here. That's why I didn't enter the trade. And that's why we're gonna skip that. Nice. So Great Awakener got closed out at 33,215. So how much profit did you make off that Great Awakener? You got in from like down here. So you got out at 33,215. Yeah, bro, you made about 1,500 pips off that. Nice work, bro. Nice work. Peter, I'm not going to look for any sells because I think the sentiment is still high, right? So let me check real quick. The sentiment is at, oh, hell, I'm for sure not going to take any sells. Peter, you check this? That's crazy, right? 79%, dude. I'm definitely not taking any sells because there's people stacking up on sells right now. That's why price dropped, because people are stacking up on sells. But this is what I kind of see happening here. Price is probably going to come down, test the structure, and it's going to shoot back up. That's crazy, right, Peter? Like I'm telling you, dude, people just keep taking sells, and it's like they're going to keep getting kicked out of this trade. So this is probably where it's going to happen. Peter, it's probably going to drop down to this structure and shoot back up, or even shoot back from right here. It just, you know, we'll see how this plays out, but I think it's going to come back up. So Peter, I wouldn't take any sells for US 30. It's probably going to keep pushing up. That's crazy, dude. 80% of people are short now. Because you know what happened here? They trapped people when this drop happened right here. They had people come in and try to do that. Let me see what CT mentioned. So CT just said Telegram. Let me check real quick. CT said just open a new account playing with MT5 for the first time and new prop. Don't freak out by the lots. It's basically 5 lots equivalent to FTMO. However, 800 setup, 200K. Nice. Target is 16K, 8K verification. Max day is 10K. Total is 20K. 80 split, no restrictions to hold overnight or the weekend. Nice. So CT just created a new account right here on MT5. He's in profit 711 right now. He's testing out a new prop firm. So nice work, CT. Is this a funding talent? I'm assuming it's funding talent, right? Yeah, so nice profit off that. This dude sold NASDAQ and he sold a US 30 from the top up there. But it looks like it's going to switch up from there. But yeah, nice work, CT. Yeah, this is going to come down. It's going to come back up. Sentiment's too high, guys. I wouldn't mess with this with a US 30 for a sell. Well, at least not a long-term sell. But like, check this out. It went from 79 to 78. It looks like people who were short got scared and then they pulled out. So it looks like it came up, came back. It came down, then it came back up. That's when people pulled out of the trade. And then now it's starting to continue to push. So we'll see how this goes from there. Neptune said, I see your question, Neptune, my bad. Because I strolled up from from your message over here. So Neptune said, any daily trades for premium, Shawn? Yeah, so I do call daily trades for Forex. That's what I'm gonna be looking for right now. Or are you talking about the US 30? So the daily entry for US 30 would have been right here, but I'm not gonna take it. This would be the daily entry right here, Neptune, but I don't know if I would take this trade. Yeah, so for this one right here, yeah, no, I mean, we have the daily trade right here, but I wouldn't want to take a sell off this, Neptune. I mean, you can if you want. This is the daily entry right here, because this is the opening candle, and then we have the sell signal right there. But I like, this is just too risky. The reason why I see it being risky is because the sentiment is so high. Sentiment is 78%. So if you guys want to take this trade, you guys can take it at your own risk. It's just, it's not something that I would really recommend because it's just too risky of a trade. But yeah, Neptune, my bad. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I just saw your question like kind of late off that. So I think this is going to end up swinging back up from here. It's trying to swing back up. But yeah, going back to your question, Manifest, I do trade, I trade US 30, I trade Forex. That's why you have a watch list here, you know? I don't have a watch list of like 25 pairs for like no reason. Like these are all the Forex pairs that I trade. I also trade indices and I trade, you know, some cryptos as well. But I mostly trade US 30 for the scalps because it moves fast. So that's why we trade US 30 for these scalps here. But I do trade Forex, I trade indices, and I mean, that's about it. See what else we got over here. Yeah, Neptune, if you want to enter this sell, enter it, but move your stop loss and profit. Like don't take like too many of a risky move off that. Because I just find it to be too risky. Let me scroll up real quick, see if I missed anything else. Okay, nice. Yeah. Yeah, the prop trading, the Australian one, right? CT. I was looking at that too, but it just looked like a scammy website, bro. I was looking at the website, it just didn't look, it just looked kind of scammy to me, so I didn't want to try it out. But if it works good for you, I'll probably try that out next. Let's see. Manifest Works asking, US 30 is going for a buy. Is it going for a fake out? I think so. I think it's going to come down slightly. And then I think it's going to swing back up. It'll probably swing up from this structure right here. So that's why I wouldn't really want to take it. Manifest asking if I trade on Friday. I normally don't. Sometimes I'll take like an early morning scalp, but that's about it. I don't take anything too crazy on a Friday. Generally, I try not to trade at all on Friday. All right, one last question. Sam's asking about GN possible short. Let me check real quick. I don't see a short here. Sam, do you have a chart to show? Because I don't really see any shorts here for this. We still have a bullish bias right here. I mean, it hit full TP already. So this one right here hit full TP. Or is that like right there, hit full TP off this, because you write it to the next structure. So basically right there, if you took that trade, that would have been full TP. I don't see any sells here for GN though. I'm not sure if you see something different, Sam. If you want to send a chart, we can take a look at what you're looking at. What I'm assuming is that you're identifying this as a resistance, right? So you're anticipating it to reject off here and come back down. However, me personally, I don't see it that way because we have a bullish bias right now. We still have a buy signal right here. So what I see right here is I see the rejection off this point. I see price attempting to break this structure right here. So if it closes above here, then I would take a buy. I wouldn't necessarily take a sell. But I'm not sure what your analysis is off that, Sam. I'm assuming that you're thinking of this as a rejection point, right? You're thinking of this as like a double top right here. And then you think it's going to drop from this point, right? And that's a good analysis. I mean, there's no right or wrong analysis. It's really how you were looking at it. But for me, I have a bullish buy, so I wouldn't be looking at it for a sell. I would just be waiting for it to break above here to take that buy. But you could be right. I mean, if you send your chart, we can probably look at it a little better so that I can actually see what you're looking at. But for me personally, I have a buy right here. So this is kind of what I see happening. Like I have a buy signal here. So my bias is for a buy. Until I get a sell signal, then I'm gonna look for a sell. But at this time specifically, I see GN as a buy. So I'm going to scroll down all of the Forex pairs real quick. I'm going to see if there's any entries off the next 4-hour candle close. And if there is, I'll call a trade. If not, we'll be holding off until, Asia session later today. Let's see, JPY. Look at this big bullish push right here for odd NZD. Let me check this real quick to see if there's any zones above here. It's a 4-hour. 8-hour. Okay, the zone's actually up here, so I'm probably not going to mess with this. Man, I feel like the Forex market has been trashed like the past couple of weeks, guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but like I feel like the Forex market has not been that good. It's been slow, and there's been a lot of back and forth movement. Nothing really worth taking. So no trade there for odd NZD. Odd USD, nothing there. CAD CHF, possible entry, but it ended up pushing up a little higher. CAD JPY. All right, so we got this right here. Damn, CAD JPY pushed up super high, like way too high. All right. Nothing there for CAD JPY, CAD CHF. I'm just going down the list right now, guys, looking for any trades for the 4-hour candle close for our Forex pairs. And I'll go back and reanalyze stuff for you guys in a little bit. See, nothing there. I move this up slightly. Yen right there, EU. Say nothing here real quick. EU right there, nothing. GCAD, nothing. GCHF, nothing there. GBP, JPY, looks like there's one right there. GN, looks like there's nothing there. We were waiting for this to break and close past the structure. So Sam said, how can I send you my analysis? So Sam, if you're on TradingView, click on this camera icon right here. It'll take a snapshot of your chart. You can copy that, and then you can paste it here in the chat, in the YouTube chat. That way I can see what you're looking at, so that we can analyze what you're looking at, because I'm not sure what you're looking at. If you have a different analysis, then your analysis could be right. It's just I don't see what you're seeing, so I'm not sure if you see something differently. But yeah, you can just click on that, get that screenshot, and then you can share it on there as well. All right, so I don't really see any trades here, guys. Market's been pretty trash this whole week. So there's an entry here, but it's kind of late. Or I mean, I guess we could enter a late entry off this right here. So maybe I'll call this for you guys. Let me pull up the index to see where price is moving. This is odd CAD, so I'll put up the AXY over here. AXY, CXY right here. And I would just compare these to see where price is going for both of these right here. So this looks like, I don't know, this is a tricky move right here. The reason for it being tricky is because they're both bullish. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the AXY is bullish and the CXY is also bullish, but it's coming down. So these look a bit tricky over here. I mean, I guess we could try to run this right here if we really wanted to. Yeah, Manifest, I agree. The Forex market is trash right now. It's just, like it hasn't really been moving much. Like there's a lot of fake outs that have been happening. Like last week it was a little better. Like price broke structure right here, and you could take these like, oops, let me see. Or actually earlier this month. So like first week of March, we had entries that were available right here. Like we had a rejection from this point. We had a close below here. And then we took a sell right here. I think this is one trade that we took for full TP right there, right? So that's one that we took there. But overall, like stuff just hasn't been moving smooth, right? So like price comes and breaks structure and then it reverses. Price comes up here and then it's probably going to, possibly reverse down again from this point. So I don't know. We'll see. We got 7 minutes left on this candle. If I see something here that is worth taking, then I'll maybe call it. But we're probably going to have like a tight TP, tight stop loss for this specific pair here. So let me just scroll down again real quick. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything because sometimes I do miss stuff. Yeah, there's nothing here that I necessarily see. I don't know if you see anything, David. I don't even know if you can even use this at work, like pull up trading view and like analyze stuff. But I personally don't see anything on here. Let's see, CT send me a chart real quick. CT said got stopped out playing with stop loss and MT5. Perfect luck for a 45 per lot. Nice. So CT over here looks like he would have hit that full TP, but he was messing around with his charts and he ended up hitting his his stop loss too early. All right, guys. So I don't really see anything here, man. The Forex market is just not good at all. It's really slow, and that's why we're like more focused on the scalps right now. I might start looking for some scalp trades for you guys for Forex as well, because the intraday trades they're just too slow. It's not really moving, so it makes it kind of impossible for you guys to really catch any good trades. I can take a look here. Oh yeah, so Sam, your odd NZD trade right here is looking at pretty nice. It's continuing to push up even farther. So let me see a pair here that you guys like to trade. What's something that you guys like to trade, like EA or something like that, right? So like EA, let me see if there's any scalps that were possibly available off this. Today, let's see. All right. So we have one right here. It's probably the most recent entry for Euro odd, this red candle, which was on the 17th. So maybe I'll start calling some scalps for you guys for Forex, because I don't really see anything off the intraday trades anymore. So like right here, we have a rejection off the pivot and structure. You can see that the same strategy works well for Forex as well. For EA right here, full TP. Again, same situation. Same situation over here. We have a rejection off the pivot and structure off this candle right there. If you took a long position there, let's say we hit full TP both ways. So maybe I'll call some scalps for you guys here. I just don't really see anything off the intraday charts. The market's just too slow. It just isn't really moving like that so far, for the most part. Anyways, let me go to the US 30 real quick. I'm like curious to see if this will bounce off this, but we'll see. Anyways, we got 5 minutes left on this chart right now. I might just call this for you guys right now in the premium so that you guys can take it already. Let's see. Maybe we'll do like a buy limit. Let me check OddCat again. It's kind of tricky because both of the pairs are just going sideways. So the Aussie pairs are going up for the most part. Let me check the CAD pairs real quick. CAD. All right, I'll call this for you guys right now. Let's put it down there. How many pips is that? Spread's about 2.5. It shouldn't be that bad. I could do like a buy limit for this. All right, let me just call this for you guys here in the premium. You guys will see that, I'm applying the same strategy that I'm calling for you guys here. It's not really all that difficult. And that's pretty much how I call a signal, guys. Oh, you know, with that said, that's pretty much, there's really not much to it. You know, that's how I call my signals. You guys can see I call that signal within a few seconds. It didn't even take that long. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. Let's see this. Set my alerts. All right. So that's pretty much it. We're good. All right, looks like we're good, guys. Looks like US 30 is dumping. Damn. So whoever took that sell, who's Neptune? Did you take that trade? So I don't know if you took the daily entry, Neptune, the one that we were just talking about. Looks like you might have hit TP1 by now. No, not yet. Almost. Yeah, like literally right almost there. Damn, you see, you probably, you know, I recommend once you hit TP1 though, right here at 750 pips, move your stop loss and profit. Because you're stacking off this. You made some pretty nice profit off this already. But yeah, this thing's dumping. So what might happen here is I think this is for sure going to recover, guys. I wouldn't just, let me see the sentiment. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are shorting right now. So I think this is a trap. I think this is a trap and it's going to bounce off either here or it's going to bounce off here. There's a lot of areas here where we can have that bounce off. So I would be careful, guys. Like price can bounce from any of these places. It can bounce from here. It can bounce from here. It can bounce from here. Like who knows? But I don't think it's going to keep dropping like long term because there's too many people shorting, right? It's almost 80% of people shorting. This is a trap. They're trying to trap more people to enter some sells. And when you least expect it, it's going to skyrocket all the way back up. So just, you know, just keep that in mind when looking at this here, because this can easily just backfire on whoever's entering these sells right here. So if you're in profit, Neptune, I recommend you move your stop loss in profit. You can keep riding it if you want, but I see this probably swinging back up eventually. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Recall that trade right there. Let me see if there's anything else for us to look at. All right, so I'm gonna go through the last questions before I log off for the day. Let's see. Manifest is asking, what's a weekly trend for US 30? I mean, US 30 has been it's been bullish since its inception, right? It's always been bullish. So let me just go check real quick the weekly. So if you go on the weekly chart, Manifest, I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's been bullish, right? It's been bullish since like 2015. We just had the drop here during we had the drop during COVID, but ever since then, it's US 30 has always been bullish. It's never going to be bearish overall, especially on the weekly. On the weekly, it's never going to be bearish because the US 30 is the top 30 US stocks. So when the stocks aren't performing, they're just going to kick them off the index. So it'll never be that bearish. It'll be bearish maybe temporarily, but eventually it'll keep pushing up higher and higher. Like it might be bearish for maybe like a week or two, but then it'll bounce right back up. So yeah, I'm not sure how well you understand US 30, but US 30 is just an index of the top US, like the top US stocks. So if the stock isn't performing, they kick the stock out, they put a new one in there. And that's how this, you know, how this works here. So just keep that in mind. It's almost always going to be bullish. See that candle right there? Starting to swing back up. Oh, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm probably done with my trades for the day. I'm happy with my profits. All right, let me see. Lastly, So Neptune's asking about gold. He's asking, gold should go up because of stimulus. Yeah. So for gold, it could be like overall, it's going to be bullish, right? It's going to be bullish because due to the stimulus, the U.S. is going to have to print dollars, right? And when they print dollars, the the U.S. dollar's strength weakens. So that's probably why this dumped right here, because they were talking about. Let me go back to DXY. So like it dumped yesterday during the. There's someone speaking right now. It's probably what's causing the markets to move. Let me check. CNBC just sent me a message. So let's see. Tracy Ellis Ross, former SEC chair, Roel Campos, and more at the CNBC Inclusion and Action. So they're having a talk right now. I mean, it's not. I don't think this is going to affect the market that heavily, or even at all. It's just they're going to be talking about stuff. But anyways, going back to what I was talking about earlier, the DXY right here, this thing dropped because of the FOMC meeting yesterday. He said stuff about the economy, but it didn't necessarily push it up because, like what Neptune said, when the U.S. prints dollars, the worth of the dollar goes down. So the dollar index is going to keep dropping. And with that said, it's going to, it's going to continue to keep dropping until like the economy like fully recovers from COVID, which probably not going to happen anytime soon. So we'll see how that moves. But yeah, just looking at gold over here, it's the same thing from earlier. Neptune, I don't really see it moving either direction. We want to wait for it to give a signal in either direction, possibly a sell, and then take that sell, or wait for it to close above here and take that buy. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's what Lloyd says. So Lloyd said that's what I said to Shawn. It's kind of swinging too much for US 30. That's what I was saying. That's why I don't want to mess with it, because I kind of see this swinging back up. Look at this big bullish candle. Rejection off that, that's going to swing all the way back up to stop everyone out for the most part. Because there's too many people that are shorting the market right now. Whenever there's this many people short, you probably don't want to mess with it because they're going to keep pushing price the opposite direction, which would be up. All right, last question from Mode. Mode wants me to take a look at EUR/GBP. So let me pull up EUR/GBP for you guys. This is going to be the last question for today, and then I'll be logging off until a little later today. So let's see, EG. I'll do this from scratch. So let me go ahead and delete everything off the chart mode, and I'm going to zoom out. So here's a naked chart here. Nothing on the chart. First thing I'm going to do is turn on the K2SR indicator. So from this point, I'm going to draw my zones for you guys so that you guys can identify the rejection points. So right there, 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 and there. So if the odd CAD was entered right away, I think it would have hit TP. I just got that alert. But if you guys put the buy limit, I don't think it filled yet. So I'm not going to give that update yet. But anyways, looking at EG over here. So I'm going to turn this off, and then Mode. This is currently where price is, right? Price is just consolidating sideways right now. We're going to turn on the momentum indicator to identify the price, direction of price. So right here, we have a sell bias. Reason for the sell bias is because we have a sell signal right here. So we have a rejection from this point up here. We have a sell signal right here. Now we're just waiting for price to, break and close below here. Drop down there, break, close over here, and then you can take a sell. But right now, I wouldn't take any trades from this point right now, Mode. I mean, EG is usually a ranging pair anyway, so it's not really going to provide for an entry until it closes below the structure. But where price currently is, we have a sell bias because we have the sell signal. However, price can literally go in either direction. So like, for example, right here, price can either go, sorry, let me put this back. From this point right here, price can either go up or price can go down. There's literally no direction that's been set because it's just going sideways. So I probably wouldn't enter this trade just yet. I would hold off on it mode. And, you know, until it breaks above here or breaks below here. So if it breaks above here, you can possibly look for some buys. But we have a sell bias here now because the most recent signal was a sell. So if we get a buy signal, you can take buys. If it breaks above there, vice versa. If price ends up coming below here, then you can take sells, right? So it just really depends on where price goes. But right now, it's not going anywhere. If you look at these candles here, these bodies are so small. They're only 7 pips. It's moving a lot. Like it's moving back and forth, like 40 pips. But each candle body, it shows that there's no direction. 7 pips is nothing. You can barely cover spread with that. So looking at EG here, there's not really much to do. I'd probably wait for it to you know, open or close below one of these structures, and then you can determine, you know, which direction to take it. But as of now, there just really isn't much for us to look at this point. So, all right, guys, that's it for the session today. Let me just check if there's anything else that I missed. And if you guys have profits that you guys want to share with me, go ahead and send them over so that we can add it to the list of profits. So just looking down here, you can see Index Trader locked in 1,000 for today. CT locked in 711. Patricia locked in 3,220. Patricia's other account 2,500. Roland over here 2,065. Funky over here 46. Funky over here on our other account 27. Rick over here for 900. Rick over here for about 1,000 off that as well. Robert over here for about 801. Patricia for another 2,700. Henry for about a couple hundred there, and etc. You know, there's a bunch of profits that were made today. So congrats to everybody who locked in profits today. There's a lot of stuff here that was pulled up. There's a whole bunch right here that everyone locked in. So nobody should be negative today. Everyone should be heavy in the profit today. And one last question from Donatello asking about the sentiment. Just Google, you can Google US 30 sentiment and you'll find it on there. It'll be under the IG website. So Google US 30 sentiment and you'll see here DJI, which is the Dow Jones. And you can see the sentiment right there to see where everyone's trading. So if there's this many people shorting US 30, then, you know, obviously you should probably buy it and ride it as it continues to push back up. So I think that's it for now, guys. I'll be live again later today, I believe, for the mentoring sessions. I don't know if I have any with anyone that wants to make it public. If they want it to be private, then we're not going to be sharing it. But if it's public, I will be on later today. So that's about it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the session. If you guys did, go ahead and like this stream on your way out. And if you guys want to sit in on my mentoring sessions, make sure to follow the YouTube channel and to turn on notifications so that YouTube knows that you want to watch my videos. And if you guys didn't like this session, go ahead and dislike this so YouTube doesn't show you my videos anymore. That way you guys can't copy any of my trades and won't make any more profits with this. So it doesn't really affect me at all whether you like or dislike this video, but just do one or the other. If you don't like it, dislike it. If you like it, doesn't matter to me. But anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning for the morning session if we don't have a live session later today. Otherwise, I will catch you guys